Welcome to Crickets. Welcome to the classiest place on earth. My name's ClassyKatie, and it's wonderful to see all of you this morning. Now I can hear myself. Please never do that again, Twitch. How the fuck is everybody? Good morning and happy whatever fucking day it is today. Good afternoon. It's morning for me still. I'm cheating. Good afternoon and good morning, everybody. Beverage
Did
choice,
you take your
yes.
joy today?
No.
Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
I'm bad at this. Good morning, everybody. Got my first shot 2 days ago. Only a sore arm. Fuck yeah. Dude, the first shot only gave me a sore arm. Second shot knocked me out. I got tired. But I mean, it's better than COVID. That's all I'm going to say. Good morning, Viata. How are you feeling? Oh, God. Don't even tease me with that. I would love your bountiful Michigan harvest. Good morning, Ashley. Let's take our joy and take a hit, yeah? If you always forget to take them, do you really need them? Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a big, strong yes. Oh, I saw that your kid got exposed. Good morning, Monkey. How are you? I have not played Webbed yet. No, but I have plans. I want to. So, I want to play Webbed. I have plans for it. I just got to be in, like, the right mood. Cramps are not the right mood. Literally, what Stephen Hart said, people will stop taking meds because they feel good, and they don't realize that it's the meds that made them feel good, you know? Seriously, like, when I was first on my medication, when I first got on Lexapro, I would have an alarm that went off every night at 8 p.m. to take the pill. And I would literally be staring at my phone from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. waiting for that exact moment with the pill in my hand. That's how bad I, like, was losing my mind. Because it takes 6 to 8 weeks for an SSRI or a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor to build up in your system. It's not a take a pill and feel good kind of thing, you know? It's not like birth control or drugs or something fun that hits you right away. It's something that, like, has to build up. So until that shit built up, oh my God, I would, like, I mean, it was like waiting for your bowl at the end of the day. Like, I was just sitting there like, let me take the pill, let me take the pill, let me take the pill. Because I was losing my brain. I was losing my mind. And I am just a forgetful person. But I have an alarm that goes off every night if I forget to take it. But you guys remind me, which is great. Oh my God, I'm so excited for that Spooter game. It's finally a Spooter game where you're not murdering fucking Spooters. Like, for fuck's sake. Okay.
Did you take your joy today?
I know there's good people out there.
Never
You guys
forget
exist.
to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
You guys exist. You guys give me faith that there are real people in the world that aren't insane. I've been watching so much news stuff. Like, I don't even know what to talk about today. There is so much dumb in the world. So much dumb in the world. Like, I just... Hello, Dark Druid. How are you? Yes. Those Spooter game, yep, I'm real excited for it. Ooh, SSRIs will block the effects of shrooms. SSRIs block the effects of anything that ups neurochemicals. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Also, that's not the word, but alcohol will completely eliminate the buildup of the SSRI in your system. So if you're on SSRIs and you go on a drinking binge one night, you're going to have to, it's going to take about 4 to 6 weeks for that to build up in your system again. So ecstasy apparently doesn't work on people on SSRIs. I don't take those kind of drugs, but anything like that is going to be basically nullified. Also, if you're on antibiotics for an infection, that nullifies birth control, just so you know. Also, eating activated charcoal, not a good idea. I don't know why people are doing this. But if you are one of the people that thinks you need to eat charcoal, it kills birth control. Thinks I'm sane? Well, you know what I mean. You have conscious thought beyond your own existence. Yes, antibiotics negate birth control. It's very scary. So does charcoal. Yeah. I gotta grind up some weed. I'm gonna grind up some peach sorbet. When I was working at the hospital, this like huge influx of patients were coming in pregnant. Mike 1, you silly fuck.
Hail satin, baby.
MDMA works on Ssris. It's just blunted. It's also incredibly dangerous due to the risk of serotonin syndrome. Yeah, I don't fuck with that shit. Holy shit, Kale. How? Whoa. That's a really long time. Thank you so much for that 20 months of friendship and protecting our chat from the crazies. My son turns 29. Ooh, yeah, Viata. Yep. It happens with that charcoal too. Like, you know, there's all those fucking diet teas out there and like detox, cleansing, whatever teas. If you guys didn't know, I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. You probably know this. Your liver is your detox tea, if you really want to call it a tea. Your liver is everything. Your liver detoxes your blood, anything that goes through your body. So if your liver is working right, you don't need to be eating charcoal. Alcohol affects SSRIs. Yes, it negates them. So let me show you. Hold on one second. I'm multitasking. I'll show you exactly how SSRIs work, and it will make so much more sense to you when I talk about this. I'm just topping off my stoner bowl. Ellie, good morning, love. So Lexapro is literally an SSRI. If you are on an SSRI, they all do the same thing. They are a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. Let's take a good morning hit, and then I will tell you all about it. Alcohol is poison. I mean, it's like Eliza said, it affects most medications. It's poison. I mean, it's a poison we casually drink to get a little fucked up, but it's a poison, so it really does fuck your body up. Cheers to all my stonies. Caffeinated cheers to those who don't imbibe, and I will show you. Okay. So, let me see. Let me get a... So, in your brain... Wow, I just dumped dirt on my desk. Ollie! Thank you for the 6 months, my love. Ooh, Daniel, give me 1 second. I gotta teach people real quick because I promised I would. Hi, Squeaky. How are you, love? Genova, good morning, my love. Tevin, good morning. How are you? Oh, Gov, I'll take an extra hit for you in a minute. I love you, girl. All right. So, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. It's probably one of the most often prescribed medication classes for depression. I myself am manic bipolar. I can never remember if it's one or two. It doesn't matter. I'm the manic side. So I get, you guys know I can talk for 8 hours a day at 100 miles an hour and nothing affects me. And then I stay up until 1 in the morning, get up at 6 and do it all again. So what happens to me, or what happens when you take a serotonin reuptake inhibitor? So when you do something that makes you happy, i.e. orgasm, eat a delicious meal, roller coaster, your brain releases serotonin, which is happy feelings. That's why we do things that make us feel good, because you are literally addicted to serotonin. And naturally, serotonin is something we want. So your body drives you to do things that make you feel good, that release serotonin. So in order to prevent something that can happen called serotonin syndrome, which we won't go over because it's unnecessary, what your body does is it has serotonin reuptake. I don't know what you would call it, a vessel that metabolizes the serotonin, so you don't just have like gallons of free-flowing serotonin in your body making you an insane person or manic. So what an SSRI does is, we'll say this literally is my SSRI, so this is my Lexapro. So what your SSRI does over time, over a period of 6 to 8 weeks, is it blocks the reuptake vessels. So when I do something exciting and I have serotonin floating around in my body and then it tries to metabolize it, it can't. And the reason I take it is my body does not produce the amount of serotonin necessary to function like a normal person. So people like me will tend to be extreme thrill seekers. They'll jump off cliffs and kill themselves because they're seeking just happy feelings, really. And so this is what an SSRI does, is it slowly over time blocks up a lot of those reuptakes so that they are inhibited from metabolizing the free-flowing serotonin. So what happens is alcohol literally flushes that out, and so now your body, like, alcohol is actually a downer, although you think it makes you really happy. It makes you it can actually do two things. It can compound your SSRI, making you it like makes it so an abnormal amount of the SSRI is working, so then literally all your reuptake little guys are plugged. Or it does the opposite effect, flushes it all out, and you're back to stage 1, and you have to take another 6 to 8 weeks to build up that Lexapro in your system again for it to have the full effect of your dose. So, like, I take 10 milligrams a day. It takes about 8 weeks for that to work. Transporter, thank you. It's early. My words aren't working right. Does that make sense? Hi, Mel. How are you? Good morning. Yeah, I know. I don't know why. Like, it's hard for me because a lot of people will be like, I'm really pissed. I'm going to drink. And I'm like, I want to get all sciencey on their ass and be like, that doesn't help. But it doesn't help to tell people that. Like, they're still going to go binge drink and get really sad. And, like, with a lot of drugs, like ecstasy, alcohol, and stuff like that, you get something called, like, the Kill Yourself Mondays or Kill Yourself Tuesdays, I think is what we used to call it. Not a really funny joke anymore. But because your body dumps all that serotonin the day after, you're, like, extra depressed. And so it kind of simulates bipolar, because what I live in is I live in a state of mania, and then when my serotonin tanks, I go to the polar opposite, like this dark, deep, like, I'm never gonna crawl out of this whole area. And so what Lexapro does is it prevents me from going drastically either way. You know, keeps me in a nice homeostatic box. Kelty, I got your package. Yes. Myron, good morning. I know, Daniel, and that's what causes people to keep drinking that sad day afterwards. Excuse me. Lexapro allows me to shower. That's good. I don't think mine has instructions for bathing on it. Should it? Shit. I'm just kidding. For real, though, like, I actually had, like, a real mental breakdown a couple years ago. My 30th birthday, actually, and had to go to a doctor, and it was bad. I have not found an SSRI that's worked for me yet. I really hope you do, Eliza. I honestly, I do not take it for granted that the first one I tried worked for me. I am a wild card that never works. Like, normally, finding meds that work for you and help your head is a journey. Is that why they say even you out? Yes, literally. Yep, they even you out. They even you out so you can, like, depending on the dosage you're on, obviously. I wanted to be on a low dose. I've told you that before, Pyro. I've told all you guys. When I talked to my doctor, I was very, very adamant about not being numb. Like, I still want to feel things, and I want to be a person. Like, being sad and being happy are parts of life, and I don't want to eliminate those. But my problem was that when I got my sads, I called them the sads, but when I got into that dark place where I didn't want to live anymore, I can't get out. Like, I would be in it for months and months and months at a time, and the cyclical thinking of me panicking, thinking I'm going to be stuck like this forever just enhances it lasting forever. And so the drug keeps me from going that low to where I can't climb out anymore, or that high to where I'm spending $500 a day on quilting supplies or something, you know? Yeah, but it doesn't, like, a lot of people will take one pill one day and be like, it doesn't work for me. And it sucks, but you literally have to wait about 8 weeks of regularly taking that pill without any alcohol or any other drugs involved, you know? I was on tricyclic antidepressant for sleep for a little bit, and that's the closest I've come
Did you
to
take your
a med
joy
that's worked for
today?
me.
Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
Skin, good morning. Prozac took every emotion away. A lot of those drugs, and really, I mean, it might not be the drug, it might just be the dose you're on. And that's why, like, I try to encourage you guys to be your own advocate. Your doctor, psychiatrist, psychologist, etc. is your employee. That is your employee. They are hired by you to help you. And if they're not helping you, fire that fucking employee. Find a new one. Like, no one holds on to an employee that's hurting them. You know? Prozac made me manic. Docs thought it was them working. That was my doc when I was on oh god, what was that ADD shit I was on in college? I always forget the name. Concerta. Yep. There's a lot, I mean, I wouldn't say, like, bad doctor. Yeah, I hate the word bad, so I just try to avoid it. There's doctors that just, I feel like they've gotten so Uh, everything, they see every problem as a nail, so there's always a hammer to fix it. If that makes it, that's the saying, right? Like they just throw the same thing at multiple problems because they've seen it work before, so they just assume it's gonna work for you. And they hear like you kind of they kind of get not biased. I'm trying to jaded, I guess maybe, because they do deal with a lot of crazy people who are drug seeking, lying to them, not working with the drug, not taking the drug, taking other drugs, and so they get this horrible mindset where they don't listen to you anymore. They just are like, I know better than you. I'm a 60-year-old doctor, honey. Stop talking. And I would never want to go to someone like that because I want to talk about my health care. Ignorant, yeah. Has an issue where any drug he takes for any reason stops working after like 3 months. Wow. That's crazy. He builds up a tolerance fast. Jaded, yeah. I think that's literally it. Ooh, the ER is the worst. ER is probably working in the ER is what made it so I will never work with children, ever. Amphetamines make me manic, so manic they start vending my sexuality. Vending? They put you on Concerta? Yeah. He put me on Noxaphilic. Okay, so anybody here who knows about drugs, so I now take 10 milligrams of Lexapro a day, and I take 15 milligrams of Adderall a day for my ADHD. That's it. Those are pretty low doses. When I was in college, I was 20 years old when I first went to see a doctor about my ADHD and feeling crazy. He put me on 56 milligrams of Concerta a day with PRN Ritalin. 56? Uh-huh. I turned into a zombie. Exactly, Eliza, I was a zombie. And I kept telling him that. I'm like, okay, so I can concentrate, but and I don't want to be that way. And he's like, no, that's normal. That's how it should work. That was scary. And I was very young, and like my mom was like, you got to trust the process. You got to go to him. So I just kept doing it, and it made me insane. Like, it was horrible. So I went through a period of time where I stopped taking all my meds without my doctor's order, stopped going to doctors because I didn't trust them because my doctor was literally hurting me. Like, you got to be your own advocate, 100%. Literally, Trojan, it was like a dream. It was a waking dream. It was just gliding. Like, you ever see movies where people glide? That's what... Nothing. It was bad. I didn't like it at all. How are you not stuck in bed masturbating all day? You don't know I'm not masturbating all day. I had a doctor who dismissed every problem I had as my weight. That's a really big problem in hospitals as well, is weight bias. The new doctor listens to me and is helping me get to the root of my different issues, which I believe are the root cause of my weight. Dude, it's all about finding the issue at the core and trying to deal with that. So many people are so Band-Aid associated, Do you see the 13, 14-year odds who caught planning a... Yes. Oh my God. They looked like fetuses. Dude, Genova, literally, he treated me like he was helping my teachers instead of me. I know, Gek, I'm like literally... And it's Witch... If you guys see Witch in the Resistance, it's her birthday today. If you guys see her, let me, scream in the chat so I see her. Memory retention with that fuzzy glide life has to be interesting. It was so weird. I got straight A's. Like, that was the crazy part, is suddenly I could concentrate and do my homework, but I was dead inside. Is that why you disappear every few hours? I'll never tell. My wife has had so many bad experiences with doctors. She refuses to even go. I don't go. I don't have a doctor. I have a psychologist and a doctor for my psych drugs. But I am so untrustworthy because of all the shit I've seen while working in the hospital as well as being treated. And I never take them anymore because of the effects it had on my insides. Prednisone is horrific shit, man. You got to be at the end to take prednisone. Hi, Sean. I'm doing pretty good. Crampy, but good. You weren't a person, just a machine. I was less than a machine. I don't even think I could have toasted toast. And the killer was, I remember I was dating a guy, and when I took myself off the meds, he made the comment, I don't think he meant to be hurtful, but he was like, I liked you a lot better on those meds. We broke up. I dated a girl like that once, and she did the same thing, and she ended up in the hospital for reasons. I probably should have. My heart rate was non-existent. Like stimulants like Adderall and Concerta and ADHD drugs, if you don't have ADHD, they act like crack or speed. Your heart rate, and you get really excited and you're really like, ah! But if you actually have ADHD, they slow you down. So if you take too much, it was drooling. A mom and sister who have been nurses for years have built up a healthy distrust of healthcare. Question everything. Always question the fuck out of your doctor. And if they tell you not to question them, walk away and fire them. They are your employee. I know, my female reproductive organs are just so pissed at me for not being pregnant all the time. I hate it. They made, exactly, Eliza, that's exactly what it was. They made you a gear in the machine, you got good grades and didn't cause problems. Literally. That's exactly, like a child. Like they dosed me like I was a child. But really, I had test anxiety. That was it. I went to a doctor because I had test anxiety, and they put me on 56 milligrams. That's insane. Ooh, I've submitted my resignation and taken the better job. No shit. Huge bump. Did you get more of a bump? Did you because I know you had a bump, but I thought you were going to bump with them. It's sad, happy for me though, but the company has had plenty of, the number one way an employer can show you your value is by paying you what you deserve. It all costs money. What up? How are you? I have GAD, prone to panic attacks, and I'm pretty sure I have undiagnosed ADHD. I was raised by my grandmother, who didn't believe in things like anxiety, allergies, and ADHD, etc. We grew up pretty poor, so we only went to the doctor when it was required for school and our emergencies. That was literally me. I know I need to see a doc about it, but the worst part about seeing a doc for me is just making the call. What an excellent time to come into chat. My wife and I both see the same GP. If you're ever looking for a recommendation, I would be happy to give you one. She's wonderful, talks to us like people, answers our questions. I might have to hit you up. I literally just still I call my doctor in Maryland. That's how much I love him. He was the first doctor to listen to me and not just brush me off like I was a crazy person having a mental breakdown when I said I didn't want to be numb. I finally went to a therapist. Oh my God. It all costs money. It's literally what we've been talking about all day is the drugs I take for bipolar. How are you feeling? How do you feel about it? Obviously, if you just started taking drugs, you're probably not feeling anything from them yet, but how are you feeling? Oh, Joe and I went to the chiro yesterday and he has 4 displaced ribs. Okay, so if it's his muscles, I highly advise he gets a massage. I'm not going to trash chiropractors, failed doctors. But literally the problem will just keep coming back if he doesn't if he doesn't attack the muscles. The muscles will keep popping those out literally regularly. He needs to get a massage, a fucking hurtful one. I almost interviewed my way into a VP position. My wife doesn't want to move. I feel that, though. Where would you have to go if you had a VP? If you have depression, anxiety, and you think you have ADHD, you more than likely do. Untreated ADHD causes depression, anxiety. It causes a lot. It's so sad. Everything's going online nowadays anyways. Glad you keep in touch with your old doc. He's just so wonderful. He's, pretty old, which scares me because he's probably going to retire. But, his dad came from Afghanistan to our country, became a doctor, became a big proponent of helping people in low-income communities in Baltimore. And he does the same in Baltimore, and he's just the coolest guy. He'll tell you stories about his dad all day. He's got a really cool plaque in his office about his dad. But he's just, he listens. God forbid a doctor listen. But I get it. They have to listen to a lot of people who are probably losing their mind at a certain point where they're like, there's a squirrel in my nose. And he's like, no, there's not. And she's like, yes, it is. I get it. Test anxiety, no feels. Take this brain napalm twice daily. I stopped eating, Genova. I lost disgusting amounts of weight without even noticing. I remember going to work and my jeans did not, as a woman who wears jeans with spandex in them and has a fat ass, never in my life have pants fallen off of me. That does not happen when you have wide hips and a fat ass. My jeans were falling off of me and I was like, what happened? Literally, it was every feeling, want, craving, anything just went away. It was weird. What's the cheapest way to get a doctor to prescribe something? What's the cheapest way? I need a steroidal cream for allergies, but I don't have a primary where I'm at or health insurance. that all depends on the cream and like how intense you need something. Because some of those creams you can get over the counter at a pharmacy, but if it's like, my dad uses a lot of that stuff for psoriasis and stuff. But yeah, I would call a doctor, like Eliza said, with a sliding scale and explain, like just literally call and explain your exactly what you just told me. Be like, I know what I need. I've gotten it before. This is the cream I normally get, but I don't have insurance. Is there any way, like, how can I get it in the least amount of money? They'll work with you. Hospitals are wonderful. There's definitely a balance of listening and questioning your doctor. Respect is key. My parents are pediatricians, and they parents walk in. Oh yeah, exactly. Demanding drugs for their kids. My mom said people are demanding ivermectin paste for their children in the hospital, and they are appalled that the hospital does not stock ivermectin paste. My mother told me this the other day. Like, there are no words. What? Oh, yeah. Like, they are like, seriously, like, how can you not be carrying animal dewormer for a 2,000-pound cow in the hospital? This is ridiculous. What country are we? Like, what? Oh my God, I love Trey Crowder. Which one is this? I love Trey Crowder. He is so great. I think I've seen this one. He's so good, though. He's called the liberal redneck, and he's actually great. I grew up extremely white trash, poor redneck, and am not a racist piece of shit, as he is not a racist piece of shit. And so I feel like I'm heard. He's awesome. I have inattentive ADD. Most people don't know what ADD is unless I say it's ADHD. But they say you aren't hyper. Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, nowadays they actually took it away. So I think it's ADHD and it's a sliding scale. So I don't think ADD doesn't even exist anymore because of that confusion. So there's a scale where you're the hyperactive ADHD or you're the non. It's just like, ooh, yes, Monkey Jesus, I will. I've been trying to update my new phone. Like, I had to like, I haven't had a new phone in a really long time. So I guess this is new for me. But I activated this phone and then I wasn't getting any messages or anything. And so I was like, okay, what did I not do right? Because there's no, what's it called? There's no SIM card anymore. And so I found out you had to plug your old phone into your new phone and let them like fuck each other for 24 hours. I didn't know I had to do that. So I did that last night. So today I should be able to actually like be getting messages and like it should be good. Hopefully. Like I fucked them all night and now they're updating. Like now it just says we're updating all day. It was seriously like it gave you a little cord and you plugged the two phones in together and they just like fucked each other. I got the flip. It's this one. It's the one that folds open like this. The Flip Z, I think. I like it, but literally it was phone sex. I just didn't know I had to do that. So I apologize. I didn't know. I haven't had a new phone in a very long time. What is this? Losers in... Oh. That's a good shirt, Daniel. That's a good one. I'll show you it. We'll watch Trey Crowder. He's great. You'll love him. He's so funny. And he gets so pissed. And I just love it. I feel like it's a nice thing to let your phones fuck each other all night. I mean, they got a lot of alone time. Yeah. Well, 24 hours. I just left it overnight. I don't know how long it's supposed to happen. I think maybe because my old phone had like so much. Like it had all my photos and videos and like everything ever. They had to fuck. Oh my God, my sister's here. Sister Sarah. How are you, little love? How do you like your phone, Eliza? You know, BJ, honestly, the crease does not bother me at all. Like, when you're looking straight at your phone like this, you don't see it. And honestly, I just fucking love that I can fold my phone in half and it's tiny and I can do this again. It's gone now. Can't do that with a big phone. And women's clothes don't come with pockets. Mom just upgraded me to an iPhone. I know, that's my family too. I was going to do an iPhone because like my sister, mom, and dad are all on iPhones, but they are stupid expensive. I am not spending $1,200 on a cell phone. Hell no. I literally got this because it had a $400 rebate on it. That was the only reason. Oh, did you? Thank you, Squeaky. I was just telling everyone I had to like fuck my phones together all night. So now I should be getting actual notifications. New phones are strange. I have a concept. Ooh. Pull the gameplay. Oh. Of the I don't know what you're talking. What campaign? Literally, the puss scissoring. Oh my God, right of center. You know, I actually had a moment where I was like, maybe I could sell my old Pixel. No, never. It's so old, nobody wants it. But also, what if they could recover all this shit on it? Some child, mommy. Ugh. Oh, my eyes are watering. That's beautiful. I know. I noticed, like, I can open the apps, and the reason is because there's no SIM cards anymore. This is what you do. So instead of, like, taking a SIM card out of your old phone, putting it in a new phone, you fuck your phones together, and that's what makes the cellular service go over. And I didn't know I hadn't done it because all the online stuff would work. Like, I could open Discord and shit. It's new technology, man. They have a SIM card, like it totally has a slot for one, but it straight up you don't do anything. Like you don't take one out and put it in. It's like, nope, your new one has a new one. Yeah, no SIM card. I just fucked the phones together. Yeah. And that's why I didn't know. New technology. It is weird. There's a slot for one, but when you pull it out, there's nothing in it and there's no SIM card. Very strange. New technology. I'm learning. The 2XL. I had the 3A, Jack. I had the 3A. And honestly, I just used the living fuck out of it. Like, my phone is my business tool. You know, it's like everything aside from my computer. So I really did use the fuck out of it. eSIM cards. Is that what it is? Usually they do it in the place you buy it. See, I got it online because Google Fi is all online. So maybe it's a Google Fi thing. On my personal spy center. Duh, duh. Maybe. It's the little, you know, like right there where you would put the little pin in and pull it out. My Deloney, hello, lover.
That's 2 babies to Satan's tum-tum.
Thank you for the resub, lover. 3AXL, yep, I had the 3A. It was great. Honestly, the only reason I had to replace him is the speaker stopped working. I couldn't talk.
Did you take your joy today? Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
I did take my joy. Everyone take your joy. I thought about getting another iPhone, but they don't use USB-C? Shut the fuck up. Really? What do they plug in with? What do you plug into an iPhone? They don't. Yeah, I have an What's a lightning cable? Wait, that little one with the little, I know exactly what you're talking about. They still use that for phones. Wow. I'm actually shocked. Oh my God, Valheim updated? Shut the fuck up. Don't tell me that. I mean, maybe do. Does that mean I have to go back into Valheim? I've only had 2 phones over the years due to phone getting hot and the SIM card not reading anymore. This phone, the speaker stopped working, and I honestly don't know why. My old phone, I might have been just too hard on it, but it had a fucking, I mean, literally it had a OtterBox case on it. But my phone before that was an iPhone, and that one got killed by a patient. A drowned patient puked up a bunch of pond water on it in my pocket, and it died. And then he died. Fucking douchebag. Everything does USB-C. Yeah, like my new PC has USB-C all over it. Same, I mean, even my iPad. It's crazy that they still use that. Hearth and Home. Shut your fucking face. Well, now I have to update Valheim. Apple's all about setting you up to stay inside their architecture, no freedom. That's such bullshit. Ugh. I love Valheim. That game is so much fun. Just so you're aware of how much pharma grade there is. Ever had your eyes dilated? Oh, absolutely. At least the new flagships have water resistance. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like these phones, I don't know about yours, Liza. I think yours does the same, but this one, I can dunk it on, I can literally put it in 30 feet of water for 30 feet. That's insane. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Oh, I should check my P.O. box. I can feel it. It's close. I have to go after work. I'm so excited. I killed my smartphone for getting in the swimming suit. Oh, man. I've dumped my phone in water a lot. I'm really glad they are water resistant. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. I can't. Okay, let's watch Crowder. Wrong screen. That's fine. Boom. This is the shirt. This is great. It's all the losers. I love it. It's fantastic. Poor fucks. Do you think you could grow cactus seeds? I can grow anything. On accident, even. I've got quite the green, like, accidental green thumb. All right, this is Trey Crowder. If you don't like him, get the fuck out. I'm just kidding. He's great, though. Let's enjoy.
Senator Rand Paul says the medical community won't objectively study ivermectin because of their hatred for Trump. Yeah, I'm sure that's it. I'm sure that's the reason. And it's not because, as the medical community in the middle of a pandemic, they kind of have their hands full studying stuff that isn't rock-chewing stupid at the moment. I don't think the medical community ever anticipated they would need to devote time and energy toward explaining to y'all you probably shouldn't treat COVID with livestock dewormer. I don't think they knew things would get quite so barnyardy out this motherfucker. But here we are. It is incredible to me that so many people in this country can apparently see a Facebook post from a bricklayer they know claiming that horse drugs are the miracle breakthrough COVID cure, and
or your cousin in Trinidad whose balls grew really big from a quote-unquote vaccination, definitely not cheating on their fiance. Cough.
think to themselves, this is what every doctor in the world has missed. Hey, get in here, look. Rebar Randy has solved the pandemic. Look at, well, think about it. When's the last time you saw a horse with Rona, huh? Hardly not, never. Oh, man, wait till all these liberals see find out we're drinking farm animal juice. They're going to feel pretty stupid. There's apparently a human version of this, but mostly
Sarah, do you not?
Co-op,
Sarah, my little sister does not know the redneck king. Oh my God, Sarah. His name is Trey Crowder. He's literally called the liberal redneck. And he is amazing. I can't believe you don't know him. He's my god because he stands up for us white trashers who aren't anti-vaxxing pieces of shit who are racist and garbage. Yep, look up liberal redneck. He is amazing. Oh, Eliza, no shit. That doesn't shock me at all. Eliza said, this reminds me, apparently 90% of Fox News' office is vaxxed, yet their leading source of COVID misinformation. He is dad. Yes, Sarah, this is our real dad. I know. My sister doesn't know how to use internet things. I'm the only internet person. I'll start it over, Sarah. Were you here for it? He's just great, and I like that he called people rock chewing stupid. This guy is fantastic. Like, he's like fucking from the South, redneck as possible, but he has a brain, and he just shows that, you know, stereotyping people by where they live or what country they're in is not fair. Here we go.
Senator Rand Paul says the medical community won't objectively study ivermectin because of their hatred for Trump. Yeah, I'm sure that's it. I'm sure that's the reason, and it's not because, as the medical community in the middle of a pandemic, they kind of have their hands full studying stuff that isn't rock-chewing stupid at the moment. I don't think the medical community ever anticipated they would need to devote time and energy toward explaining to y'all you probably shouldn't treat COVID with livestock dewormer. I don't think they knew things would get...
Oh my God, Sarah, we came up for a term for them. Do you want to hear it? Sarah. So someone said it in chat the other day, and I've heard it a couple times, but I've adopted it. They're the Y'all-Qaeda. They're the Y'all-Qaeda. There's no difference between them and the horrible people taking over the East right now. They hate women. They want to take all of our... Dude, nerve-wrecked. Seriously. Trey Crowder's incredible. He is so... I just like him because he's fucking angry. The Y'all-Qaeda is incredible. I love it. Anyways, sorry.
Good evening, I'm Seth Meyers.
Shut up!
Senator Rand Paul says the medical community won't...
Here's the link for you guys. He's so funny. Oh my God. Oh. Oh man. Trey Crowder, everyone. Wow. I can't. Fuck. Oh, God. What? Banana. Oh, no. My mom just asked me in the GC when she's getting grandkids. I said, I swallowed them. She called me 3 times. I'm not answering. Oh, Sarah, literally, like... Okay, so that's what started this conversation, because I talked to Mom the other day, and she literally told me that The patients, they're not just asking for it. They're shocked and appalled that the hospital is not regularly stocking animal dewormer for livestock. Like the paste for 2,000-pound animals. What? It's oh dude, Marnak's right though. Like he is just clever as fuck. My dad called me 7 fucking times during my stream the other night and nothing was wrong. You know, my mom used to do that because she thought I was dead if I didn't answer. So I just text her now and I'm like, I'm working, I'll call you. Because then she doesn't think I'm dead. Yeah, I'm sorry, ma'am. This is not a veterinary office for livestock. What's OTC? All things should be OTC. OTC. Why do I know? I'm really bad with acronyms. Pulsar. What the fuck? Thank you for that resub, lover. You are wonderful and I appreciate you. How are you? Over the counter, yeah. My mom is the same, but I'll call her and she won't call me back for a week. Sometimes my mom calls me back. It just depends. Like, I'm really busy and I'm really bad at calling anybody. So I give people leeway. You don't have to call me. I'm good with a text. If people want to buy cancer meds or P-pills, oh, absolutely. But I do agree that insurance companies should not be covering any of the care anymore if people refuse to get the vaccine in the hospital. If you say, no, I don't want the vaccine, I should not be paying with my taxes your health care anymore. Period. I stand by that one. I mean, that's just asinine. On my work laptop playing, so I'm doing fine. Oh, workplace violence? So you like learning how to do it and get away with it? Or... Right, nerve-wrecked, like, at the beginning of the pandemic, I felt bad. Like, I do pity people who are ignorant and, you know, are raised with, I mean, like, it's hard because I was raised in arguably one of the shittiest educational systems in the United States of America. Like, our school, like, I could just tell my teacher I got an A on homework I didn't turn in and he'd write it in the book. Like, I didn't get an education worth shit, and I'm not a crazy person, like, out there, you know, preaching anti-vax things and pretending to be a scientist. Oh my God. Angel just said the non-vaccinated have cost the U.S. $5.5 billion. Wow. Wow. What to do in case someone shoots up your military base? Speaking of that, I'm sure you all saw in the news the horrible, horrible, horrible situation with it was like an 11-year-old and a 12-year-old planning to shoot up their school. They looked like fetuses. Like, I'm pretty positive they didn't have a spot of hair on their body yet. Like, it was horribly heartbreaking. Did you hear about the case where a judge had to undo another judge forcing a hospital to provide the dewormer? No. What? One time Fox gave me someone else's essay to turn in as my own. Literally, Fox was the one I was talking about, Sarah. I talk about Fox all the time in chat. He was our softball coach / history teacher / PE teacher. But I could literally not turn in homework for an entire year. And he'd be like, Larson, what grade you get on this test? Where is it? Did you ever turn that in? Yeah, I got an A. Okay. That was how I was educated. I'm not even kidding you. Until I was 18 years old. Still went on to college to get a medical degree. Still not a crazy person. Like, I have a hard time believing that the education you're provided is the reason you end up. Like, you can be given a shit education and still seek out further knowledge as a human. On Herman Cain Award, highly recommended if you want to give up on the pandemic ever getting better. Oh God, I don't want to give up. I just want them to like go to an island or something. Do what they need to do. No, Mythic Mark, I haven't heard of him. Ooh, I'll have to check him out. It's still not as bad as the South, like where I was raised. I mean, I'm sure it's not because at least my teachers weren't fighting against racial what is that? Teaching about, you know, how we were horrible to black people in the past and Indians and how we slaughtered everyone. My teachers were in no way that way at all. Like, my teachers were very liberal, very wonderful people, just in an extremely poor area of Washington. Yeah. Like, in the South, like, what is it? Crucial racial theory? What is it? Why am I fucking it up? Crucial racial theory? It's, I love you, sassy Sarah. Go be a lawyer and be awesome. Critical race theory, thank you. My teachers weren't anti-critical race theory. To this day, my school I went to is not anti-critical race theory. Like, we're not that bad. Takes me a couple hours to get through my political feed. Nah, Kino, you good? How are you? The human trafficking and child soldiering training I have to take is wild. I end up taking the same training as the military, even though I'm a civilian, so I get a lot of extra details. Oof. Oof, that's gotta be heartbreaking. I heard about 2 kids. Apparently, the cops knew about them as they went to their house about 80 different times for calls. Wow. Critical race theory, thank you. No good doctor. Oh my God, Viata. I have a story. This is pretty crazy. My mom told me this. I talked to my mom for the first time in like a month, so because of the phone being broken. So I got a lot of news from her. And she was telling me that she has a respiratory therapist that works for her, has worked for her for years, who is like filthy against the vaccine. Like, she has written diatribe letters to the hospital about, I'm gonna quit if you force me. She is a respiratory therapist. That's what I am. Technically, theoretically, the same knowledge should be in our heads, right? She wrote a scathing letter to my mom. My mom's her manager, and to the hospital, like, if you force us to get vaccinations to work here, all these horrible things are gonna happen. And I shit you not, the next day, she had to leave work early because her father dies of COVID. The next day. That's how dumb it's gotten, and I just don't feel bad anymore. I can't. I feel bad that people are dying. I don't want anyone to die. But if you're gonna I got nothing. I don't feel bad. I got the vaccination. I've been safe. I wear a mask and wash my hands. Oh my God, CJ, no shit. Is she? Oh no. I'm so sorry. Unless you get intestinal lice, right? Like ivermectin, they have ivermectin for humans, but it's extremely low dose. It's usually a shampoo, and it's meant for lice. Mark, thank you for the resub, lover. There are a lot of 10-year-old boys in the Republic of Congo shooting other 10-year-old boys in the Congo over tribal conflicts. I mean, that's been going on for a really long time. Not that that's an excuse for it, but it's horrific. Did you hear about the birth control vaccine? You produce antibodies against sperm. I heard that's not true. My friend Neuro, who works with the CDC, told us that it's not been proven in any way that ivermectin makes your sperm count lower. However, it can make you prolapse all your intestines if you eat a cow's dose of it. Ooh, a new game. I don't have any money. This is on my wish list, Psycho. This has been on my wish list for a long time. I knew that drug sounded familiar. I've used it twice in my life, each time for scabies. Yep, it's scabies, lice, bed bugs. Like, but it's all for, if you read the bottle, it says, not for internal use, do not ingest. I feel like this is the same kind of regret people have once they jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. Oh shit, I'm actually gonna die and I don't want to. God. I mean, it's not, this is another one. I know these are like pyro. Thank you so much for gifting 5 subs to my channel, you silly fuck. Raina, Purgatory Final, Queer, wow, it went so fast. Queer Creature, Frisky Frog, and Resident Devil Summoner. You're all but was just the highest order. Go forth and be consensual, please. You're wonderful. I forgot what I was saying. It's gone now. Fuck. Oh, that's what I was going to say to Rod. Rod said that people are like, you know, going to the point of it and then being like, oh, actually, I don't want to die. My mom has 30-year-olds laying on the floor screaming, do not intubate me, because if you intubate them, then we can say you have COVID and they'll just die. I mean, they're screaming on their deathbed, don't touch me, this isn't COVID, as they die of COVID. Young people. 30s, 40s, and 50s. Like, that is young. That is way too young to die in a hospital. Fuck. Hi, Zapponi. How are you, love? The irony is tragic that the same anti-vaxxer, anti-maskers folks want medicine meant for livestock, and they've been volunteering to be cattle for 2 elections now, and they call us sheeple. Let's go and let's let go and let Darwin. Oh, I love that. Let go and let Darwin. Ooh. They developed a vaccine against sperm so women don't have to. Oh, like a new one. Interesting. So they have had male birth control for about 50 years now, but the problem is it makes their libido take a dump and they feel kind of cranky when they take it. Boo hoo hoo. So it never gets released by the FDA. But the birth control I take can literally throw a fucking blood clot from my leg to my heart and kill me in 2 seconds while I'm sleeping. And that was approved 70 years ago. I don't take birth control anymore because my man got snipped, but you know what I'm saying. It's kind of ridiculous. It's much easier to stop the production of sperm. It makes you kind of cranky. Guess how we feel? Tinnitus and doctor think that are from the virus. Oof, that's scary. Merman, I don't get it. It's crazy. COVID-19 for life, hide or die. Dude, I mean, seriously, it's crazy. Big Daddy, the thing about Fox News and Facebook and all these places that perpetuate all the misinformation about vaccines, they're killing, effectively, their entire base of fanage. Just saying. I don't even know the statistics. It's disgusting. We have more infections today than we did last year at the exact same time without a vaccination, and that's nauseating. I went to the Outlaw Music Festival last weekend. You had to be vaccinated or pass a COVID test. We were parked near the test booth, and fuck, were they raging. No shit. People were complaining. It was nuts. 4 girls got tested. 3 were positive. They literally walked to their truck and threw the one girl's stuff out on the ground and left. I'm going to read this again for theatrical. What? Okay, I went to the Outlaw Music Fest last weekend, and you had to be vaccinated or pass a COVID test. We were parked near the test booth, and fuck, they were raging. It was nuts. 4 girls got tested. 3 were positive. They walked back to their truck and threw the one girl's stuff on the ground and left. What? No, I mean, Pyro, my mom said that. Like, obviously, you can't. I don't wish death on anyone, ever. I don't believe any human being, regardless of how evil we dictate you are, deserves death. Maybe eternal pain and maiming and walking on a field of Legos, i.e., Trump, but never death. I don't wish those things on people. Everyone can change, I believe. I think. I don't know. But, I mean, it's natural selection at this point. There's far too much information. The vaccinated is 100% FDA approved. And, like, this is the thing. Like, yeah, I was wondering when you guys were going to stop eating, but it's fine. You guys can feed. Yeah, I have nothing anymore. I have no, like... Is there anything I can do to convince someone to get a vaccination at this point that no one else can do? I don't think so. I imagine myself to be a rather sweet person. Tried BC in my teens and had a migraine and blood red eyes within the first week. Oh my God. Stopped. Tried again in my early 20s, and apparently I was told I turned into a cunt. Absolutely. My gyno didn't like that I was having premarital sex. Even though it was with my fiance, she took me seriously when my left leg swelled up. Oh, that is so fucking scary. Dude, Prendium, I'm saying, someone deserves an award. I love Foamy the Squirrel. I used to watch Foamy the Squirrel all the time when I was a kid. No, they're not even entertaining. Yeah. Like, just boring, but it's fine. The mods never really get to, like, fuck with someone who's not just saying racist shit, so I let them play. You sure will change after going on mechanical intubation. Neuro. I talked to my mom the other day, and she told me that people... like 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, and 50-year-olds are dying on their beds, screaming, "Don't intubate me, this isn't COVID." Like in their homes. They won't even let the EMTs bring them in. And she has patients who are like morally appalled that the hospital is not stocking ivermectin paste for animals. They only have lice shampoo. Like, the things coming, and my mom's not one to exaggerate ever. She actually downplays most things because she's worked in the hospital for like almost 50 years now. What the fuck?
Blood orgy! Yay! Blood orgy! Blood orgy! Yay!
Alchemy! What the fuck is up, motherfuckers? Good morning and welcome. We're talking about the idiocy that is this pandemic. How the fuck are you? And good fucking morning, lovers. Everyone follow my friend Alchemy, an amazing streamer, moderator of my channel, and fine-ass bitch. How the fuck? My smoker! Ba-na-na. I'm gonna get banged for that song one time, and I'm gonna come straight at you for it. How are you, love? No, you can have titty. I love your wild ass titties here. They're the best. Let us be your Final Fantasy. You're my only fantasy because I'll never play Final Fantasy. Probably. How the fuck are you guys?
Welcome to the class hole.
Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my stream. My name's ClassyKatie. It's fucktabulous to meet you. Take my breath away the choice from my fucked up family today. Ssris one with that motherfucking resub. Thank you, lover. You're a monster! I know. Here's the thing. I played ESO like 12 hours a day every day for about 8 years long. And so my want to ever like, you know, dabble in another MMO is similar to playing in traffic while gargling glass. But I can get there. I'm bipolar, so you never know. 2 months, you came back!
You came back.
Some mocha, you silly fuck. New World is what I'm waiting for. I know.
Dude, for real though.
Thank
Kill some
you.
Satan
Just proud to be
motherfuckers.
usable was the highest order, baby. Go forth and be consensual in every way because nothing is sexier. Did you see the streamer Jambo who accidentally went live while eating her Taco Bell? Taco Bell just... That's kind of funny. That's kind of hilarious. How do you accidentally go live? Oh, bye, CJ. Be safe. I love you. I mean, here's the thing. I think Final Fantasy is fucking gorgeous. I actually watch Alchemy play it, like, more than I play games myself, just because it's really pretty. It's pretty great. FBI probe into Brett Kavanaugh might be reopened after they found out about 4,500 complaints were handed to the White House when Trump... Wow. Instead of the FBI, well, that'll be interesting. I run a massive guild and haven't gotten on ESO in 2 weeks, man. I can't stand it anymore, right? That's honestly why I stopped playing, is it started to feel not fun. It felt like I was doing a chore. Oh, she was testing alerts, accidentally hit the go button. Oh, that's kind of precious. I'm just happy she didn't do anything inappropriate. I mean, I'm terrified to even wear a dress in this room and bend over, let alone be naked in this room. Dude, it's fun, right, Merman? And the game is just gorgeous. I've never played a Final Fantasy game, really, ever in my entire life. I think I missed it because I grew up literally very white trash hick in the middle of nowhere with no internet, barely power. So we didn't even have running water. We got water from a dug well and the river. So, like, the first Final Fantasy game I ever even saw, I believe, was 11. I think it was the first one that was online. And it was a guy I worked with at Taco Time. He actually had internet. He lived in town and had internet. And that was like, you know, people didn't just have internet. That was expensive shit. I'm old. Samoka, you caught me with my pants down around my ankles and no water. We have to take a break anyways soon. I gotta run an ad, so I'll go get one. I did. Seriously. Like, bumfuck nowhere is literally where I was raised the majority of my life. Thank you for that follow, Catfish. Welcome to my channel. Seriously, the population to this day, like, I'm 33, so I've been out of school for a while now. To this day, my hometown is still, I think it's less people than it was when I was there. It's like 1,200 people. It does not grow. It does not shrink. Like, it's very strange. It's just, this town, it has a gas station, a bar, a church, and one stoplight that just to get through the town. You don't go down Main Street to go into the town because there is nothing. It's a middle school, high school, and an elementary school. They all share the same football field. And you just go to the next town. Like, you don't sneeze, you'll miss it kind of town. Nah, I grew up in motherfucking Kettle Falls, Washington. Home of the nothing. Dude, nerve-wracked. Well, it also doesn't help that my mom is a super hippie. So it wasn't just that we couldn't afford video game things. She is adamantly against them. So, like, every single time I speak to my mother, which is usually about once a week, number one question is, tits up, is your posture good? No, it's not, but seriously, tits up. I love stretching. Oh my God. Thank you, Zamoka. I forgot what I was gonna say. Why is my brain like this? Oh, number one question is, you don't just play games, right? She fucking hates video games with a passion. I don't know why. She thinks they make people violent. I don't get it. So I never had any of it at all. Like, I just wasn't allowed. And then when my stepdad moved in, and my 3 older brothers, they had a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and a 64. And because they had all that, my mom said they're not allowed to live in the house. And she built them an apartment over our garage. That's how against video games my mother is. It's wild. Am I a violent person? Like, video games literally gave me my career. It's interesting. Had one stoplight and his house address is Count Road. My house address was 11. Literally, my house was 11. 11. Mm-hmm. They draw from a hat. Just proud. I'm not even kidding you. I remember I moved to this town when I was in 8th grade. And this is one of those towns where everybody's related. Like, everybody's cousins. And when you move into the town, they all get excited because it's fresh blood. Like, they're all fucking related. They're all cousins of a cousin. Everybody has the same name. Fox, McNamee, I could go on. Mackenzie, whatever, McNamara. They all have the same fucking last names. And so when new people come in, it's like, but I was like asexual. I was like, there ain't no Planned Parenthood for 2 hours. Don't come near me. So I was X'd. They want my non-cousin Puss Puss. Seriously, though. Sarah again, video games are the only thing that's kept me sane most of my life. I love video games. I love work. I work and lurk. That's good. Work and lurk is good. You're lucky you get to do that. I would spend the night at his trailer all the time, and we would rent games and play for like 24 hours. Dude, Erica, same. Video games are how I get my anger out. Expand the gene pool. It's not big in that town. I mean, I have a picture on my computer of the sign.
Welcome to the castle.
Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my stream. My name's ClassyKatie, and you're a new viewer. Welcome to my channel. Oh, no, that's Samoka. Gifting 5 subs. Excuse me. What? Katie, I quit. I'm out. I quit my job. Just kidding. Samoka, you silly fuck. Thank you so much for gifting 5 subs in my channel, you fuck stick. Cycron Phoenix, Emo Demon, Prendium, Big Sam, and Parivo. You are all butt wizards of the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in every way. I fucked up. I know I have a picture on this computer of my hometown, and I was gonna pull it up because yeah, you'll know when you see it. Hold on one second. Thank you, though, you silly ass. Throwing me off. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm not going to look for it right now. It's on my computer somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. No, I'm not touching that. There's a lot of shit. But it's like a town that says 1,200 people and 1 grouch. And it has a little crowd of people painted on it, and they're all white. I've told you the story before. Like, I can consciously remember the first black person I ever touched. It was when I was 18 years old. Let me see. I have an idea. The McPoyles, that is my town. I mean, Washington State is one of the states that has the most serial killers out of all the states in the US, and it's literally because there's so much uninhabited land. Like, people think of Washington as being really popular, but it's honestly like there's the 8th of like the West Coast is packed. It's all Google money and Amazon money. The rest of the state is devoid of humans. It's like some Mexicans and some orchards. That's it. It's crazy. This is it. I found it. It's shameful, but this is where I grew up. Love it. Kettle Falls, 1,550 friendly people and one grouch. Town and Country Days, first weekend in June. Washington Governor's Cup Walleye Tournament, fourth weekend in June. Walleye's delicious, by the way, if you've never gone fishing. That's where I grew up. Notice the white. Wisconsin's pretty bad, too. I just know Washington's, like, really bad. The kid who sat behind me from 8th grade until 12th grade, his cousin murdered his whole family on Christmas the first year I moved to that town. What the fuck? Me, too. Catfish, literally, I miss fishing more than anything. I miss fishing. And it's not even about getting a fish. Like, people don't get that. Most people are like, I don't even really like fish. Like, what's the point? It's sitting on the boat just in silence with someone else who's, like, 100% okay with the silence. That is so precious. So precious. Oh, Kino. No shit. I mean, it's... yeah. All the teachers went to school in this town. Like, half the teachers now, like the elementary school and high school teachers, were my graduating class. Like, that's this town. It's very weird. His cousin. My friend's partner was shot in a mass shooting at an abortion clinic in Colorado while we got locked down during this. What? I remember that happening. Holy fuck. That relaxing environment, seriously. Being silent out on the water, there's something about it. Speaking of water, I fixed my sink yesterday like a fucking badass, and I'm pretty proud of myself. Oh yeah, we need a break. Thanks, Video. I know. My mods that normally nag me are not here today. Fishing is like meditation or masturbation. Seriously. That's exactly. Minus the post-nut clarity or sadness. It's so relaxing to just sit on that silent water with a book. Motherfuckers. I miss fishing. I used to go fishing all the time with my stepdad. And the motherfucker sold his boat, moved to Western Washington, and now he doesn't do anything, and it sucks. But I fixed my sink yesterday. I'll tell you that real quick before we take a break. My garbage disposal stopped working. Thanks, Satan, my stepdad's a plumber. Because growing up, we didn't call a fucking plumber. He got all the kids' heads under the sink and said, fix it, and we figured out how to fix it because my dad's awesome. So I fixed it by myself, and I'm really proud of it. That's it. Let's take a break. For normal people, this probably isn't, like, a really cool thing. But for someone who was literally taught nothing and, you know, was alone most of the time, I was really proud of myself. Inordinately proud of myself. Okay, break time. Stand up, stretch your legs, don't get a blood clot, get a beverage, pack a bowl, and always pee after sex. I'll be back. Some very good pups with me today. And I may or may not be holding some big, stiff cow cock. The only thing ivermectin's good for. Look at him. Dirty sitting. Here. Oh. They're so good. Ooh, butt cheek. Ugh, that lighting though. Cute lighting on my leg. Froggos are good. Oh my gosh. So I actually moved one into an actual enclosure. One is like totally a frog now. And I was trying to leave them to do this with you guys, but when I opened him up this morning to change their water, like he jumped out and Zach had to catch him. Like Zach literally caught him and was like, and he didn't have a tail anymore. So I was like, okay, I guess you're going in. And he seems happy. He's just hopping around in there right now. He's really cute though. But they're good. I mean, none of them have front legs yet. He literally developed faster than all the other ones. Most of them all have back legs though now. They all have back legs. I'm just waiting on front legs. But they're good. They're just floating, doing their thing. And oh, the alert isn't on this fucking scene. Fuck. And Nuril, you fucking 20-month resub.
I love you, thank you.
Ugh. Blah, 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 blah. He's happy. He was real cute, and it's really cool. So if you're familiar with frogs at all, the species of tadpoles I have, they're called White's tree frogs or dumpy tree frogs. They're from Australia, and there are a couple different morphs of them that they come out as just naturally. So there's the basic green one. He's green with green eyes, real cute. And then there's a blue phase where they're like this blue aquamarine color. And then there's a phase where they're green with blue eyes. And then there's a phase where they're blue and they have white spots all over them. And that's called a snowflake. And he's a snowflake. He's the one, I posted a picture of him because he has one white dot on his head. He's getting spots all over him. So he's really pretty. But he's the one that's come out so far. And he's real, he's, I mean, literally like that big. He's so small. Sweet spicy Tabasco goes really well with cornbread and greens. Duh. Danger Island, yep. They have cute, not poisonous. No. Most things in Australia are not venomous, actually. Not medically significant. Africa has the most deadly insects in the world. Australia just has huge insects, but they're not actually deadly. Like, the biggest spider they have in the world is completely venomous, poisonous, nothing. It kills the most people in the world, though, because they're scared of it, so they run away and kill themselves. It's crazy. Yeah, isn't that cool? Like, I have a lot of medically significant animals. My most medically significant animals are from Thailand and India. Those are the ones that, and they won't kill you, but they'll put you in the hospital with pain. How dare you call our fauna not deadly? I'm sorry. I mean, Australia's deadly. Don't move there. I'm so sorry. Everything's scary. I have a black widow literally living on the front of my house. It's more deadly than most things in Australia. But Australia just has big stuff. And, like, animals that are cold-blooded, such as reptiles, amphibians, and insects, they cannot live in a cold environment. So anywhere that gets any form of winter does not have those. So the more south you go and the closer you get to the equator, the warmer it gets, the bigger the cold-blooded animals are going to get, the more they thrive. So anywhere you go where there's going to be a regular warm atmosphere, you're going to have big cold-blooded animals. Dude, you've seen that one, Fax? You know they sell them at my pet store? Oh my god, my pet store has the unicorn tarantula right now. Bastards. Drop bears. Did you know that drop bears have chlamydia? It's really sad. Shall we cheers? I made a nice bowl and I put a little dab. I got a new, this is my new dab I got. It is called, the brand is Solventless Series. No, the brand is 14er. 14er, because we have 14 peaks apparently in my state that are really high or something. And it's called Chem de la Chem Live Resin Cold Cure. 73.5% THC, no CBD. And parrots. Ooh, I mean, I am supremely jealous of the bird life in Australia. I will say that till my dying day. You guys have the coolest, like, birds just everywhere, ever. What the fuck? Do they have a magpie season? I don't know. Killamine, do you guys have, like, a horrible magpie season? There are 100 plus 14,000 foot peaks in Colorado. You know what I learned, Rod? I don't know if you're the one who told me this, but I learned that Colorado is the biggest state if we flattened all the states out. So, like, if you flattened our state out, flattened all those peaks, we would be, like, 50 times bigger than any of those states or something. It's kind of crazy. Is it 100 plus? That's crazy. That's so many peaks. Oh, the fires last year, and oh, that was so sad. The fires, I did a huge, you guys remember, we did a big charity for Australia for the fires. That was horrible. Yep, bigger than Alaska. Yep, because we're all mountains. We have so many mountains. Nah, seriously, look it up. If you flattened our state, we'd be the biggest state. Because if you think about it, like all that, like, square footage that's going up, what did they say? 100 plus peaks that are over 14,000 feet flattened. The internet says 58, so there's 58 peaks over 14,000, right? It's crazy. But only if you flatten it out. Ooh, you sent me a video? I will. That have hiked all of them? Why, though? Just to do it. Surface area. Thank you, Fester. That was the word I was looking for. Cheers, everyone. Oh! So some of these 14ers, which are the 14,000 foot peaks, are on private property. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Like they own the mountain? Well, Scott, I don't have problems with Discord. I found out with my phone. I got a new phone because I broke my old one. Apparently, there's this thing where they don't have SIM cards anymore. You have to like plug your old phone into your new phone and let them like fuck overnight. And I just did that last night. I didn't know I had to do it. So I'll start getting actual shit on my phone now. Oh my God, what is this? Wait, is it a song though? I can't play music on stream. Why do you do this to me? You send me new music while I'm streaming? Are you like this? Ass. I will. I'm excited. I have it up. The owning the peaks goes back to settling the West. No shit. The rich, eat them. I sent it this morning before the stream. Okay, sorry. Yeah. I had my phones plugged in mating overnight, and now my phone's just like updating everything it took from the fuck, I guess. I don't know. Technology, man. Drive Up Mount Evans. Aren't they changing the name of that one? I heard they're changing the name of it. It's not going to be Mount Evans anymore. Were you the one that told me that? I can't believe you can own a mountain. Oh my God, Sales, what is this? If you bite it and you die, it's poisonous. If it bites you and you die, it's venomous. Oh, I love it. Someone bit a toad. That's fucking great. Oh, they are. Weird. Corporate-sponsored mountains. Oh my God. Quest Mountain. I can tell you from experience that from the Eisenhower Tunnel going west to Grand Junction, it's 120 miles to get to flat land. We have a lot of flat land in here, in our state. It's just the east. We're kind of similar. Like, I think a lot of states are built this way, and I don't know why, but Washington's this way. Like, the west quarter of the state is beautiful. It's like, you know, the Pacific Northwest. It's the rainforest. It's gorgeous. And then the other 3 quarters of the state are a tundra of dried Palouse. I know. I'm not surprised. That's true. Colorado is huge. It's a really big state. There's so much I need to do here. This fall, I have little plans, little drives I'm planning to do and take myself on. Because in the summer, like, summer just sucks. Does anybody like summer? The fuck do you do? It's like too hot to do anything, and there's fire smoke everywhere and you can't breathe. If we bite each other and no one dies, it's kinky. Oh. Big and overpopulated. Where? In Colorado? This ain't overpopulated. Walk through Seattle. Try to drive 12 miles in Seattle and tell me how long it takes you. That's overpopulated. That place is fucked. Where are you guys going? Are you guys going? Where are you guys going on Monday? Do I have to do something on Monday? I feel like Zach said something about Monday. I'm sure we have draughts. I'm sure we do. Not since I've lived here. No shit. Was going up by 350 gig here. I don't really feel it. Yeah, see, I wasn't getting any of these alerts. I didn't know because the thing was like I turned on the new phone and it was like, okay, you're all connected because it's Google Fi. So it's just all the Wi-Fi. But the cellular part is why I had to fuck my phones together. I didn't know. Ooh. I want to go. I'll go. Seattle is disgusting. Amazon and Google, or Amazon and Microsoft, fuck that city. Dry. Cold's better than hot. You can always put on more clothes. Dude, for real. I cannot stand just being hot. Because you just lay there naked at a certain point like, hey, now what? Some unvaccinated TikTokers are calling themselves pureblood in latest concerning trend. What? Seattle's just gotten ruined. I mean, I literally 12 minutes took me 2 hours to and from work every day. 12 miles. That's Seattle. And that was just getting to Kirkland. That wasn't even going into Seattle. That was like before the bridge. It's insane. That city got fucked. A guy who drove barefoot was probably in his mid-50s and looked like an ex-con, and a farmer rolled into one. He drove a rusted-out van from the 70s and flat out told me, I ain't got no license, got pulled over a lot. sounds like Washington. Colorado doesn't get as many droughts because so much of our water comes from snowpack in the mountains, but the eastern part of our state has a much harder time since it has so much of its scrubland. Is our state like, because I know for like, so this is what I know. I don't know about the drought situation in Colorado, but a couple years ago I got to go to the huge dam in Nevada, the Hoover Dam. And we got to do a big tour of it. And it was really cool. And you got to walk through and learn all about how they get all the water that supplies Arizona and California comes from Colorado. And you can look in the dam and you can see the line, the stain line, where the water's going down, where we don't get as much water. And when I went, this was like 6 years ago, it's at half. It was at half. Like the dam only fills up half of what it should fill up now. Which is sad. I agree. Public transportation should be everything. I'll put the location and time. We're leaving for Monday in Discord. Thank you. Yes. My phone should be fine now. It's just updating. I've driven the past area where the big federal prison is, and there's just nothing. That's like Eastern Washington, Central Washington. Ike Wolf, thank you so much for that motherfucking resub, you silly shit. And Lima Zulu Tango just hosted me. Hello, LZT. How are you, love? Lake Mead, it's half. I mean, it was half. The other cool thing I learned, so when you're if you ever get to go to Hoover Dam, it's a very cool experience. Definitely go. Really cool to learn about. But as a 6-foot person, it was very uncomfortable. I could not stand up straight anywhere in the entire dam on the inside because all of the tunnels are built to about 5'8", because the average man was 5'6" when it was built, like 5'4" to 5'6". So quite literally, I was like this everywhere. There is nowhere to stand up straight. Like I would just kneel against walls and sit down at a certain point. The tour is really cool. Did you do it, Erica? The damn tour. Yep, that damn tour is really cool. I love learning stuff though. I like a tour that they actually teach you the history of the dam and the people that worked there and stuff like that. The things the locals gave up to work there. Stop it. Did you really? Knox, stop it. I've never been on a submarine. No. It's crazy seeing old uniforms from like Civil War and stuff. People used to be so much smaller. Seriously, like we've gotten very, and not just in terms of like, oh, the global obesity crisis. Fuck off. People can make us feel bad for being fat. They can suck my ass. We are actually growing extremely tall. Oh, I know, Kelly, everybody assumes I'm short. I hunch. I'm not a skinny person. When you're skinny, you definitely look a lot taller. I'm 6 foot. Oh, Monkey finished it. Oh my God. Can we show everyone? Can we look at it? Oh my God. It's so cool. Oh my God. I love it. Oh my God. You guys have to see this. That is the tits. This is the tits. If you haven't seen tits before, that's the tits. Oh, sales. I know I have a really bad hunch. I subconsciously hunch to bring myself down to other people's level, because I don't want to be intimidating. This is my friend Monkey Jesus. He started it without me on his own, and we did a lot of work on it last week. It's fucking gorgeous. He did this in ZBrush. I love it. I love the tentacles. Oh my God, it's so cool. They still build most houses and buildings to a standard of 5'8". I would die. I kill for a tall ceiling, man. Give me a tall ceiling any fucking day. Sales, thank you. That is Monkey's socials. We're getting him to do them. We'll get him there. He's an incredible artist. Him and his partner Alex are both game devs together. They work on lots of different programs. They live in South Africa. But fucking social media sucks. I get it. We're the bad guys now. Everybody says we're the worst thing in the world for somebody. Oh, dude, that's gonna be so cool. Oh my God, can you imagine a bathtub just being able to... I just want a bathtub that, like, even if my legs are out, that my tits go under the water. Like, that's what I want. I'm not a fat person. Like, I have a really small rib cage. And if I put my back against the bottom of a bathtub, I have to fill that bathtub above the drainy, silvery thing just to get the water above my tits. You know, Scott, my Nana had one. I didn't like it because you had to sit in it. Like, I want to be able to, like, swim in it. You understand. You get what I mean. Like, there's always a freezing cold part of yourself sticking out of the fucking water. The Japanese soaking tubs. I want one of those old school clawfoot tubs. The huge ones where you just are totally submerged in hot water. Oh, God. I still take baths. I'll do them in the wintertime when I'm really cold. I love to take a bath. Like, I'll suffer it. I'll figure it out. Room, money. Who the fuck? Those bathtubs are expensive, too. I used to work at Lowe's for like 7 years, so I'd like fantasy shop all the nice stuff when I was bored. And a clawfoot bathtub's like $6,000. They're sick. Despite obesity and such, people don't realize how much nutrition has contributed to the sheer size of people. Like, human history always had people with the potential to be larger, but they were so malnourished for large swaths of the year. Dude, speaking of, the new, like, character design for the God of War, like, I get it. You're, like, trying to be inclusive and, like, big old Viking dude, but, like, realistically, those guys were probably scrawny and starving. I think, right? I only shower. I don't take a bath to get clean by any means. That is not how I'm getting clean. Because, same, you're just soaking in your filth. Baths for me are like a form of, like, I shower every morning, but I might take a bath at the end of the day to, like, relax. Smoke a bowl. It's just like, it's mythology, right? Was Thor known to feast and drink constantly? I mean, cool. See, I don't know. I just saw so much hate against it. Like, how could you perpetuate obesity? Like, go fuck yourself. It's a fucking god in a video game. What? Did you guys see all that bullshit from, like, oh, I have. Oh my God, it was all over Reddit. All over, like, every, like, paleo subreddit and keto subreddit and fucking every subreddit in the world that likes to fat shame was like, this is disgusting and unrealistic and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, fat shame much? Feeling a little hate on the inside you want to put on the rest of the world? Maybe you should unplug your keyboard. I don't know. Just me. Fat is not an insult. Fat is an insulating cell meant to keep you so you don't bruise your organs. And you stay warm. Well, I love Reddit. I normally do not look at, like, the front page. I've been on Reddit for, like, 11 years, so I have a very catered my own page. It's puppies and spiders and squirrels and, like, cute things and, you know, stuff that I am very interested in. But every once in a while, especially when there's, like, hot news going on in the world, I'll head up the front page to see what's happening. Because they'll usually post, like, you know, world news articles and stuff like that. Hemsworth. I actually like Dad Bod better. They took the naked ladies away from the front page. I know, and they got rid of the anti-vaxxer subreddit, and they got rid of the cradle robber subreddit. Oh, darn. Carefully tuning your social media platforms in general, Kel. I mean, I agree 100%. It's the reason I won't go near TikTok. I don't want to have to cater another social media platform. I've already, like, my Instagram is perfect. It's animals and spiders and makeup. Like, that's it. I don't have to worry about it. But when I made a TikTok account, the first thing I saw was little girls in bikinis, like, sexually dancing on stripper poles. Like, 12-year-olds. That's allowed. I don't want to accidentally run into that shit. Like, ever. No, there was literally a cradle robber subreddit where it was like, what was it called? I don't even know if it was called cradle robber subreddit. It was years ago, but it was just guys that would post pictures of girls that were under 18 who were hot, famous girls. And I mean, I don't care how innocent you claim to be, it's fucking gross. And Reddit, like, had to make a jailbait. Was it called jailbait? I think that's what it was called. Shockingly, I never went there. I just heard about it through Reddit news. I have heard that this is the time to talk about playing D&D. I sent that on Discord. Oh, yes. Well, I think I finally figured out Discord, but my phone, I did something wrong. So my phone should be good by tonight. I'll check it all tonight. That was a trap to see who knew what it was. I knew what it was. I want to know what the fuck I'm clicking on, because here's the thing. I go to some scary subreddits. I go to r Clop Clop. I go to r Space Dicks. I go to r Dick Space, or whatever the scarier form of Space Dicks was. And every once in a while, one of those places might take you to a scary subreddit called Jailbait, and you don't even know what you're clicking. So I need to know where the scary ones are. It's important to know the evil and the good so you can avoid what you want to avoid. I dislike how much Twitter is required to keep up with some streamers. What do you mean? Like, that's the only place they, like, communicate? It wasn't just famous people. It was also under 18s that didn't... Ew. I actually vomited in my mouth. Dog, still hungry. Human, you've had breakfast. Dog, want more breakfast. Human, you'll get fat. Dog, what's fat? Human, it's what happens when you eat too much food. Dog, fat sounds awesome. Let's get fat. Mark, what's up, dude? Good morning. Or probably night for you. Good evening, Mark. What was Space Dicks? How do I describe Space Dicks? Should I just give you an example? One time I was on Space Dicks and a man posted someone posted a reel of pictures of a man who his hobby was filling up condoms, like overfilling them with shit, like to football size. And then he fashioned a skirt out of them, and then he would make love to himself with the frozen ones. That was on Space Dicks. No, they have, she has a cow dick. Oh, Space Dicks, man. But there were golden shit on there. I used some alternative to see some social media sites to avoid the ad crap. Knitter for Twitter. Invidious for FreeTube for YouTube. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, a life emergency. Twitter posts often the only source to know if they're okay. I mean, where else would you put it? Sometimes I feel like Twitter is like the biggest place for me to let people know big things happened, other than Discord. I mean, my mods are pretty good about reposting my tweets into Discord if I don't post into Discord. But like, as a streamer, I don't know how else to reach everybody. I don't know how to reach you guys. It's kind of a one-way thing. Like, I'm very accessible, but if I want to tell you guys like, hey, something horrible happened in my life and I'm gonna be gone for a week, I don't know how. It's kind of weird. It's a weird one-sided relationship. I'm not a huge fan of Twitter, but like we were talking about earlier, I have fucking filed that shit down. If you don't like what you see, hit the unfollow button. Or even better, the ignore button. Then you can still go hit them up if you want to see the shit. Like, I do it all the time, and I'll straight up tell someone, like, we're friends, but you post shit, I'm gonna ignore your account. You can still, like, interact with me. And people will, if they get pissy, they get pissy. I'm here to have fun. Life already sucks. Like, I'm not gonna look at shit just because I feel bad. Someone might feel bad that I don't want to look at their shit. But that's just me. Like, I seriously cater that shit down. Because, like, even there are some streamer friends of mine, wonderful people, I'm a huge fan of theirs. All they do is bitch. Or post about drama. Or add to the drama. Or they're just like gasoline to a fire. I'm not gonna look at it. It makes me feel icky inside. So I don't. I just... The internet, I mean, social media is designed, and they've admitted it. I mean, Facebook has straight up admitted they are designed to make you feel bad. So you have to cater it to make it not make you feel bad. We repost tweets. Oh God, what is this one? I forgot about that already. I don't want to... Should I even say anything about it?
Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
It all feels like a bad dream, Glut. Me too. I go to social media a couple times a day just to check on stuff, and if it's not super entertaining, I get off and I just talk to my friends. Honestly, I'm on Instagram more than anything because I like pictures. I have no idea or a better solution, unfortunately. It just bums me out because of how toxic Twitter can be and how much they try to get you to follow it. Oh, absolutely. I mean, everything is that way. It's gross. Everything's a pyramid scheme at the end of the day. Plug your ass. Hi, Helena. How are you, love? So do you guys remember like 3 or 4 years ago when I was nominated for Streamer of the Year for the Shorty Awards with like Pokimane and Ninja and like a whole bunch of very, very famous people that make exponentially more money than me? And I spent the entire stream trying to research if it was a joke. So that happened again, but for like something else. One of you fucks nominated me for some award. And it still feels like a dirty joke. But you're free to vote if you want. Jade's on there. You should vote for Jade. She's great. Seriously, BDO? That was a rough time. The fucking recommendations. Every once in a while, sales, I'll get a really good day and it'll actually recommend people from chat here that I didn't even know how to Twitter, and I'll be like, oh my god, people I know. But most of the time it's like famous people. I don't fucking... The Her Awards, yeah. Sure, that counts as social media. Been rough couple of months, but I'm here. Same. Rough couple of months, my love. Worst couple of months of my life, maybe. KPP is nominated. You should vote for KPP. So I was nominated for Streamer of the Year, and I paid a bunch of money and got a hotel and went and stayed in New York and went to the award shows. Met a bunch of really cool famous people. It was a cool experience. But Ninja won, obviously, because no one knows any streamer except Ninja. And he didn't even show up because, according to his wife, his manager didn't see the email. His wife is his manager. So he didn't show up, and because he didn't show up, they blew off the entire category. And so we like went and like were angry. Sweet Anita was also nominated, and a plane wouldn't let her get on the plane because apparently having Tourette's makes you a danger. I'm not bitter, but I'm extremely thankful and flattered to whomever nominated me for that. That is really kind of you. Thank you very much. I mean, they didn't even mention the streamer category. They did not say one word about it because Ninja didn't show up. So we were a little bitter. We were bitter, but I got to meet Terry Crews. He was really nice. I got to meet, what's his name? The guy from Hot Ones, Sean something. Why am I forgetting his last name? I got to meet him, and he's really short and really quiet. Sean Evans, thank you. And really nice. And, like, I got to dress up, and, like, it's always fun. As an adult, like, once you get out of high school, it's really weird, because you get used to, like, every year you buy a fun prom dress, and you get to kind of dress up like a princess, a vampire, goth, queen, if you're like me, but whatever. And it was fun to do that, but the best Evans. Oh, Scott, good thing he's not a mod here. Sean Evans is great. I watch every episode of Hot Ones, unless he's interviewing someone I don't like. Thank you, Banana. I agree. You can Google it. There's still pictures of me from the red carpet up on Google in that dress, and that dress was stunning. Did you get to rub oil of Terry's pecs? No, he was wearing a suit, and to be honest, he looked like a too tight sausage casing in it. You're basically the only stream I watch. Am I weird? No. There's a lot of people. I mean, I watch 3 or 4 streamers maybe, and usually it's people from Table Story or my mods. You're not weird. Find something you like and you like it. I still have that dress, yes. I put it in a dress bag and didn't touch it for a very long time because I was extremely bitter and angry at Ninja because, come on. Some of my mods do stream Lima Zulu Tango the Leather Daddy. Some of them. But yeah, it was weird. And it just, I mean, most award shows, the only reason anyone creates any form of an award show is to make money from it, right? To make publicity and make money off it, advertising. And I mean, I knew I wasn't going to win. I just wanted Twitch to be recognized nationally. Like, that would have been really cool, you know? Right, Helena? That dress was really pretty and very expensive. It was fun. I love to dress up. It's like putting on a costume for me. It's not like, ooh, I get to be feminine. It's like, I get to turn into somebody else for a night, you know? Because me, I'm this. This is me. T-shirts and shorts, you know? We need a command for all the streaming mods, at least. Definitely. Makeup stream when? I actually was going to do one last week, and then we ended up talking for 8 hours. You guys, you know, you talk a lot. Bissy, good morning, lover. How are you? How was your second après moi? I wasn't able to reply to you because I had to fuck my phones last night. Long story short. Literally. No, don't all shut up because I can't talk to myself and this is why I don't do YouTube. I love doing fun makeup though. I have it all. I actually put it all together in a nice box so I can literally do like, if I get a whim, a wild hair, I can whip out that box and do fun special effects makeup any day now. Oh, cuteness. Is it the spider one? Because Gluttony bought it for me the morning it came out and I have an outfit for it. Oh my God, Helena. So it's super weird. So apparently nowadays, if you buy a new phone through Google Fi, there's no longer a SIM card. You know how back in the day you'd pop your little SIM card out and put it in your new phone and then all your contacts would be over? So I didn't know that it said to not do that. So I was like, okay. And I connected my phone to the internet. And so all my apps that are Wi-Fi associated were working. So I thought nothing of it, but I got no calls or texts in a couple days. And I was like, what the fuck? So it turns out what you do now with phones is you plug your old phone into your new phone via their charge ports and they like make love for some hours. So I had to leave mine all night fucking each other. A potion one. Oh, bitch. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm excited. Ooh, you got a new eye box. What one? Eyeshadow box set thing. Is it like I'm a palette addict. I have a lot of collector's palettes. Phone fucking. Seriously, this is what you do now. You fuck your phones. But so now my phone is like just updating like crazy. It's got, if I pull down my notifications, it's like every single thing that it fucked over from the old phone is updating or something. You don't always have to fuck it hard. Sometimes that's not right to do. Sometimes you gotta make some... No. DMCA. I got a foldy phone. Yeah, I got a $400 rebate through. I don't know if it's still available, but if you have Google Fi, they had a $400 rebate on this. So you fold it. It's pretty nice. I like having a tiny phone because as a tit person, this is something I've been missing for about 10 years since this whole touchscreen bullshit came out. I don't have pockets. Women's clothes don't come with pockets. They just do not. You have to make your own pocket. Yes, I've got everything working again. Yep, Discord's working. I'm just waiting this thing. I keep pointing over there. My phone is updating all of them right now. Phone fucking. I mean, it's just a regular day, right? A tit person. I don't like gendered language. I think he and she is so fucking last season. My farm wallet. Oh, I love that. It is. Seriously. Like, you have to make your own pockets. I've been actually looking at I almost said blueprint, at a pattern to make one of those skirts. It's not a skirt, it's like one of those garden aprons where you can fold like a knife into the waistband, like a little cutting knife, you know, into the waistband, then you have all the pockets. I've been looking at making myself one because some people on Etsy and stuff make them, but they sell them for so much money because they're like, it's a, you know, antique something, suck a dick, blah, blah, blah. I wish I could see the words. I gotta make them bigger. Who are you and what have you done?
Prandian tip $10. Don't scream into a colander, you'll just strain your voice.
That was so bad, it was really good. That was like so bad, it was probably one of the best I've ever heard. That is fantastic. Yeah, the point of a smaller phone, like I'm blind. I'm still blind. I still want to have a large phone that I can see, but I need to be able to walk around without my phone in my hand. I hate it. Because there is no pocket that will fit a fucking touchscreen phone on a female clothing. Like, they just don't make them. They go so far as to give us fake pockets before they'll give us a real pocket. It's ridiculous. New phone jack into me. Seriously. It took my old phone's virginity. No, I love... Oh my god. My puns aren't just bad. They're terrible. I love you guys. I love dad jokes, so I'm a sucker. Fake pockets are stupid. Helena, I'm not even shitting you. I bought a pair of nice slacks one time, and the fake pocket in the back, like, literally, there was a real pocket in the pants. They sewed it shut 3 times. I ripped it open, and there was a real pocket built in. Like, what? Why do they hate us? Why? It's insane. They do that on clothes. Why? No pun goes unpunished. I give my industrial use phone one more plug. For $500, you can get the X-Cover Pro from Samsung. Removable battery, 2 SIM cards, push to talk, and without a lot of frivolous extras. I kind of liked that about this one. There's no weird extra shit. Like, I don't need my phone to sing me to sleep and, you know, stroke my hair. I just want it to work for a long time, take decent pictures, and, you know. Seriously, Vissy? With a real pocket? Why? Produce women's clothing with functional pockets. Some companies are doing it, but because they're like, you know, real women sewing the clothes, they're really expensive. What's the difference between a truck and a Zippo? One weighs a few tons, the other's a little lighter. Oh. They're so bad. I'm like ashamed to laugh, but I love them. Ooh, banana. Oh yes, thank you. That'll be my tonight. My tonight homework is to go through the 5 million notifications I probably have on Discord once my shit updates. Ooh, okay, Sean, thank you. Collective clothing is vintage fashion, and the skirts have pockets. Have you ever heard of, there's one I've been looking at, it's called uniquevintage.com. They're a little pricey. Like, the dresses are like $80, you know, but they look really well made, and that's where I would shop if I was rich. The half pocket, I don't know. Like, a zip-up hoodie with a pocket, what's the point of that pocket? Nothing stays in that pocket, because the zipper keeps the inside of the pocket up, and the outside of the pocket slants down, so everything falls out of your pocket. Like, who here has gotten a zipper hoodie front pocket to work? It's strange. I would love just, you know, functional clothes. I make my own because no one's making them. I don't know. I cut my own shit up. I bet there's some old man going, women can't have pockets. I'm not even kidding you, just proud. I was talking to someone about it. Oh God, who was it? This was a while ago, but I was talking to someone in the fashion business about it, and they said it's literally because it ruins the female silhouette. It ruins the female silhouette. That's it. Putting something in our pockets destroys the silhouette and makes the clothes look not the way the designer wants them to look. Therefore, they design them so we don't have functional ways to make them look bad, quote unquote. Oh, you could wedge it. See, I have hoodies that are like huge. They're like XL hoodies from Zach's Closet, and even those. I guess. See, Madrid, I never thought a thing in a pocket made things bad. Oh, I shop at REI a lot. Actually, that's where I get most of my clothes because they last forever. Give me pockets for my shit, you assholes, right? Like, I remember buying jeans when I was in high school from, like, American Eagle. I used to get those the American Eagle extra tall artist jeans. They were, like, the perfect basic-ass fucking denim jean, and once in a while you could buy them without rips in them. And the pocket was big enough for a chapstick. When you have a purse, isn't that sick? I don't carry a purse. We do, I mean, cake, it's true. It's true. And to breed. Dude, LZT, I'm getting to that point, man. It's pointless. I carry a backpack. Like, I don't even carry a purse. I carry a leather backpack that fucking LZT made me. Sales, it is, I mean, there are times when seriously you sit there and like you've got your phone in one hand and a drink and you're walking around and you're just like, well, this is my life. I've been known to put my phone in my armpit for hours and just hold it just like this. Just to have a hand. Free to like function. LZT, it is really, really cool. I think you've seen it. Maybe made it. I don't know.
Hail Satan, Bebo.
We need to take a break, and I forgot to get water. I'm desperately dehydrated. Pockets are everything. Sheen. Hold on, I'm gonna write it down. EI, yep. I'm gonna write it down. I got Post-its, so I can keep them by my desk and actually write shit down now. I got it, this. I know, I need to go get my water. I can feel it. Like without water, I start to get tired really fast. You know, Ashley, I used to have, it was like, oh my God, I think I still have it somewhere, but it looked like a cylinder. Like it looked like a pop can shape, but it would crack in half, and it was like clear plastic on both sides, and you could unzip both sides and put stuff in it, and then it would snap shut, and it had a little wrist dangly, little wrist thing. That was the best. Beyond my tiny backpack, that was the best thing I've ever carried. I carried that on so many vacations. It's probably like iconic in a lot of pictures of me. Because it was just, it could fit a phone and your wallet, like but it was only like this big. But because it was round, you know, it had like that, all that extra room. Someone should make affordable clothes with pockets. Like, I don't want to spend $80 on pants. Who do you think I am? I don't roll in cash. Lords. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Erica. The shit in the back? Yeah. Vissy, I need to get water. My dispensary gave this to me for free because I go there all the time. And they gave me like with one of those cooling sweatbands, you know, it's got the beads in it that swell up into cooling jelly. But they gave me a cute little fanny pack with the Medicine Man logo all over it. I thought that was pretty cool. Medicine Man is my local dispensary I go to. Dude, same. Like, if I spend $80 on pants, they better suck me off. Gloria Vanderbilt, $40 mostly. Is that a brand? That sounds like a person's name. I'm writing it down. I'll Google it. When I was in high school, the only place that even carried jeans that would fit someone my height were from Buckle. My mom used to buy me $100 jeans just so I could have pants that fit. Bless her heart. They're tall people friendly. I want tall people counters. Really, C Madrid? That's precious. Okay, I need to get water because my stomach is like, help me. So get up, pee your pants, rub one out, a little off the wrist. Oh, wait. Left front pocket, phone, right front pocket, keys, key cards, back pocket, wallet. I'm not even kidding you. I have a tiny backpack for all my stuff, and my keys are on a carabiner that I got at a weed festival because I've never had pockets, and I would lose my keys all the time. This is why women have so many accessories. Give us pockets. Seriously. You guys are sick. Break. So, if you follow my Instagram for my pets, I may or may not have just posted a picture of the baby frog on there because I got a picture of him and he's real cute. Be real, you motherfucker, with that fucking 29-month sub. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it in its swings. Totally off topic, out of nowhere, I completely forgot to mention because I did say it on Twitter, but for those of you who do not partake in the tweets, I beat Hades. I beat the game, technically. I got the credits. We'll say that. And I cried. Like, a lot. Like, I don't know why. I didn't feel it hitting me. And then, all of a sudden, I don't want to, like, spoil it, but I know there's so much more. I want to play it. I'm afraid to play it on stream because there's, like, so many obvious spoilers now. For people that haven't beat the game, like, I'm terrified that I'm going to spoil the game for you guys now. Playing it. I'm never going to stop playing the game. But the credits, right? Alex, you cried too, thank God. I don't know what it was, because, like, I've heard that song a million times. We all knew, you know, you kind of know mythology, blah, blah, but, like, I just sat here and bawled by myself. Like, I had no idea it was coming. I had no idea I was close to doing that. Like, I had just been grinding the fuck out of the game. Honestly, I'm really obsessed with just making the castle look pretty, so I've been grinding gems and shit. And it happened, and I just cried. Like, I couldn't stop. I'm so glad. I mean, I'm not glad you guys did too, but I'm glad I'm not alone. I got really emotional. It's such a beautiful game. I love it so much. But, like, just walking through Hades now, like you know, my home would be full of spoilers for people that have not got that far. Just to distract. Oh, God. Somebody pointed out that Wolverine is simply two Batmans kissing, and now I can't unsee it. I hate it. That hurts. Oh, did you see Supergiant tweeted back at me? I tweeted, like, I didn't even know. It was really hard to summate all my feelings in a tweet about that game. I had no idea. How even? Over almost 600 hours in a game, like, how do you put that in a tweet? But, I mean, that's the best game I've ever played in my life. I beat so few games that it's pretty special just to beat a game, just, like, get credits of a game for me. But that game, like, there is no improving on it. I don't know how they're going to do it. I know they will, because they keep doing it. But they like responded to my tweet and they were really nice. And I don't know, I got a little starstruck because they are, I mean, Supergiant. Come on. I still haven't played Pyre. I haven't beat Transistor. We could try to grind some. I'm just stuck in Transistor, to be honest. I've been stuck in the same battle for like 6 months. I thought it was far too easy. Dude, you can make it as hard and as easy as you want. Did you go on God mode? I have 5K hours in League of Legends. Misery is enough to express my feeling. Oh my God, Wiener. Oh my God, I thought you were being serious. I was like, what? How? You bastard. Does anyone play Gotham City Imposters? I've never played any of those Batman games. I like to watch them, though. They're really fun to watch. I had around 3,000 hours in ESO, I think, between all my characters. It's really hard because you have to go to every single tune and, like, calculate the hours you played on them. And I didn't know, like, I had deleted tunes I didn't know how to calculate. Should I smoke the rest of my J? I'll take a hit with you. Tits up and stretch. I love stretching. Everything pops. It just feels so good. Which game? ESO. ESO's still going as far as I know. Let's cheers! Let's do it. My dab today, Vissy, is called Chem de la Chem. Oh, it's shut. Like, no one can play on console anymore? Shut the fuck up. I didn't know that. I'm just knocking the leftover from this bowl in here. What? That's crazy. Nitro cookies. Ooh, I've had nitro and cookies. Cheers. Okay, I was gonna say, the servers go down occasionally when they put new shit in or, like, you know, shit happens, but I would have been shocked if they eliminated the entire console population of that game. Whoa. And I should not say, Sales, if you know the number, I mean, I shared with you. I showed you mine. I have a strawberry banana strain. Did I smoke it all? I might have already smoked it. But I had a strain that was literally called strawberry banana. I think I smoked it all already. But it fucking smelled so good. I only got like a little, I think I got 1 gram of it just to try it out. But just opening it, I mean, it straight up smelled like fucking strawberry banana. I don't have it. I don't know where it is. It's y'all's fault. I love when you talk shite. Get shitey with us. EverQuest all the way. Oh my God. The only thing I ever think of is this guy who tried hitting on me. He was my boyfriend's best friend. And then when my boyfriend and I broke up, he immediately was like, I love you. Because, you know, shitty people do that kind of shit. And he told me that he used to. He jerked off to his EverQuest character on the, like, idle screen, just leaving her dancing. And that's all I think about. 8,166 hours. Damn. That's a lot. But did you have fun? Hi, Sammy. How are you, love? See, I look at those hours and I like, that is hours and hours and hours of really good times I've had. Like, I fucking love Hades. I will play that game to death. I've gotten really good at it. Like, grossly good. Also, a lot of RP in there. Oh, fuck yes. Dude, RP will take up hours. I mean, honestly, over 1,000 hours, probably 2,000 hours of my ESO time was standing around on mounts, dancing in the middle of town, doing nothing. Lining up dances, literally, like trying to make our dances synchronized. That's probably most of the time I spend in ESO. And it's the funnest time, honestly. In Football Manager? Chaotic Indifference, 2 fucking years. What? Bitch. It does not feel that long, but also it does. Life is weird. Thank you so much for resubbing the class, keeping the classy life, and giving it its wings. Blood Bowl? What the fuck is that? It's the small things, right? That's exact. I mean, that's what I think about. It is the small things. I would guess like 90% of my WoW time was spent standing at the mailbox in Orgrimmar chatting with guildies. Yep, seriously, same. I mean, it would be us, like, me and like a couple friends would start just pulling out really cool mounts that we had gotten in chests or something. And then strangers will come up and just start pulling their cool mounts out. And we'll all start like bucking our mounts because some mounts blow fire and some blow ice. And like, then we'd all start synchronizing some stupid dance and cheersing. And we would do that for hours. Hours. No, ESO mounts. ESO mounts, man. There are some cool mounts in that game. It's for... I gotta pack a new bowl, actually. I've been just, like, repacking down my stoner bowl from last night. It's bad. It's like chess meets football and Football Manager in the Warhammer universe. Ooh. I like chess. Would I go to Mars if I couldn't return to Earth? I don't know. Probably not. No. Here's the thing. Not because I don't want to see Mars, and not because I think Earth is going to get saved. That's not how I want to die. I've seen Total Recall like 1,000,000 times. I just don't want to go that way. I'd much rather a bear take me out on a hike or something. In Newfoundland, it is almost 4:20. Yes, sir? You just went outside. What's up? What's up, bud? You're just coming to say hi to everybody? My sweet boy. Fucking bit where his head pops, I know. You don't want to go out with a lady with three tits? I don't want my eyes to be sucked out of my skull. Newfoundland has an additional half hour. Until 4:20. In a half hour, it would be 4:40, 4:50. What? Getting mauled like Leo in The Revenant? True. But I mean, yeah, that's true. It's at least a cool way to go. I mean, I would die. I don't think I'd crawl out of that. To what? What am I doing in the wilderness of Alaska? It's always 4:20 somewhere. I'm going to finish this bowl because it's just, I just keep roasting like this sad one. Cheers. Side note, The Revenant was the first date I ever went on with Brian. He took me, we went on a date, went out to dinner and everything, and we went to go see The Revenant because I love Leonardo DiCaprio, and the movie had great reviews.
Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
And when we got out of the theater, we were just dead silent because if you haven't seen The Revenant, like, you can't say anything after that movie. Got out of the theater, and we were in the parking lot, and Brian goes, all right, let's go do something happy. It was pretty funny. Good memories. Oh, I know, Nog. It's such a beautiful movie, though. If you actually, like, read, I'm sure you have, if you like the movie and you've looked into The Revenant and you read the filming on it, all those beautiful, like, droid camera shots are real shots shot up in Alaska. And, like, I think they did all of their real shoots up in Alaska. Like, I think the whole thing was actually, or in Canada, at least partly. It was filmed in the north, in the snow. Like, these guys did this hardcore fucking shit to make the movie. turn it off after 20 minutes. It's wild. I mean, it doesn't get any better. It's just darker and darker. And I love, what's that other guy's name? Oh God. I always mix him and some stupid designer that makes shitty clothes up. You guys are going to say his name. He has a really big lip. Silverheart, I did take my joy today. Thank you, though, for the reminder. I hope you've all taken your joy. Tom Hardy. He did a really good job in that movie. Thank you. I love Tom Hardy. Bronson, if you haven't seen the movie Bronson, it's a biopic on the England's most dangerous prisoner, and it's incredible. I would climb that man like a tree. I would eat his father's shit to get a sense of what his digestive tract smells like. They're making a Wheel of Time. Yep. Oh my God. I watched the trailer for it. It looks so good. Alaska is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. I had a horse named Ketchikan when I was a kid because of Alaska. I own Bronson too. I fucking love Bronson. What does that even mean? You're welcome. Is he really? Oh, that's really cool. Is he a decent person? Man, that gives... You know, sometimes I'm always afraid to meet people you idolize because you never know who's going to just be a piece of shit IRL. Taboo. Ooh, I haven't watched that one yet, but it's on my watch list. Tom Hardy looks like he's 5'5" at most. I don't know how tall he is, but I will say his wee-wee is uncut, so go his mom. What is Bronson? So Bronson is a movie. I would love to watch it with you, Vissy, honestly. Like, one of these nights that we're both not vomiting from random nausea. The movie's fantastic. It's about England's most dangerous prisoner. It's about a real person. His stage name was Charlie Bronson. And he literally would just beat the fuck out of people in prison because he wanted to be the world's most dangerous person. Like, he wants to be the most famously dangerous prisoner. Like, and Tom Hardy plays him and just does a fantastic job. And he's also an artist. Like, the real prisoner is actually an artist and does all this really wild psychedelic art, and that's part of the movie. And you get to see his pee-pee, and it's uncut, so go his mom. Really, Taboo? I know, it's in my watch list. I just gotta watch it. I actually finished recently. I plowed through it. I watched all of Big Bang Theory, and say what you will, I cried like a fucking bitch. Tom Hardy's 5'9". Yeah, I didn't assume he'd be super tall because he looks bulkier, and people that are 6 foot and up, we tend to look lanky, if anything. We don't tend to look, you know, like linebackers, unless you're The Rock. I don't know how tall he is, though. I've been getting really good at using my bong. Myron, I'm all about getting the best bang for your buck out of your weed. Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm so glad, Rod, because there were parts of that show and characters that I could care less about. Like, a lot of the show I didn't even watch. I literally started watching it when Millie passed as a way to just have something on in the background that I'd never seen before to get my attention, to take my brain away. And for a month, I just binged the entire show and I cried like a bitch. Like, it was really sad. I'm trying to catch up on chat. Sorry. I'm getting there. Oh, ooh, Kelty. I have not opened it. No, I wanted you to be here. Apparently, the actual dude watched Bronson and was asked his opinion. Oh, it was something like a few seconds of silence, and then I guess I'm going to be really famous now. Oh, that's so perfect. That's so him. That was the only good thing I felt when I was there until he was a sweetheart. Wait. Oh, yes. Yep. I totally get that. It's kind of like, I mean, I compare it to Harry Potter all the time, but I am still a huge Harry Potter fan. I grew up with the series. Like, I was 11 when that book came out. I still wait for my fucking letter. But that turf has driven me away from everything that says Slytherin in my life, and it drives me nuts. It sucks. Sucks. You mean Harry Potter, written by Wax Steven? That's what we vote. He won't admit it because he's a stubborn bitch, but I vote it. Oh my god, I just watched Mad Max again. I mean, not for the first time, but I watched it the other day. That movie is so good. It's really underrated. I don't know why more people don't love that movie. That movie is amazing. Also, Zeke pointed out to me recently that apparently all the big like trucks and shit from that movie are on sale. You think you're a Slytherin? I took the test like 20 times on stream one time, and I got Slytherin every single time except one time I got Gryffindor. I don't know. I think I'm a mix. I think only extreme personalities really fit any of the houses. I think, honestly, if I got to choose my house, I'd be a Hufflepuff, babe. Hang out in a greenhouse, grow plants all day, be chill, smoke pot. But, who knows? The new Dune, ooh. I'm a Ravenclaw first, Slytherin second. See, Ravenclaws, to me, I always thought they were people that just prided themselves a lot on their intelligence. And I don't feel like I go around like, did you know I have 3 degrees and I have a master's and a blah, 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 like a Sheldon Cooper? That's how I thought they were, so I didn't associate with it, but I don't know. I wonder who's going to play Max in the next one. Someone else is playing Furiosa, no shit. I think, what's her butt did? Charlize Theron, I think she did a really good job. But I don't know what house I'd be. I think I'd be a mix. I don't think I fit any of them. They're all so extreme. I'm not a fucking... I mean, if I got put in Gryffindor, I would jump out the window. Just because the people around me would make me want to. I played sports all through school. Like, I literally was raised amongst and alongside the jocks. I do not ever want to do that again in my life. Please shoot me. They are the most shallow people. I mean, not 100%, obviously. Just the ones I had to be around. Like, they're breeders. Come on. No, thank you. I played all the sports, but I would never consider myself a jock. I did it as a form of exercise and to be social, to have something to do. Because in my town, either you got pregnant or you did drugs. Like, that was it. There's nothing else to do. So, like, no hate on jocks. I played all the sports. I'm an athletic person to the day. But, like, I just don't like that mentality. I love being on the golf team because it doesn't fucking matter what anyone else does. Like, golf is all about your own performance, your own brain, just focus on yourself. I hate having to depend on other people. The first 2 movies I saw her in showed her naked and beaten or ripped up. Really? I think the first movie I ever saw Charlize Theron in was Devil's Advocate. It was either The Devil's Advocate or Mighty Joe Young. So drugs and sports, literally, that's what we did. We were high all the time and did sports. That's all there is to do, though. In the middle of nowhere, people also did drugs and got pregnant. True, but no one on the sports team got pregnant. We were all virginal, sad people. Because, like, in Eastern Washington, where I grew up, like, I don't know how this works with other schools because I didn't go to any other schools. But from what I understand, it's nothing like what we do. So, Eastern Washington, the schools are so spread out that to go to another school to do a basketball game, like a not home game, you're going to stay there for 2 nights. That's how long we'd drive. Like, some of our just basic games during the season would be a 5-hour bus trip away. And so I'd be stuck sleeping and living with these people like 24/7. We never went to parties because we weren't home. Every fucking weekend we were like in the Tri-Cities or Republic or some other bumfuck nowhere place in a hotel, like trying to find weed. Or someone to buy us Keystone, you know. We didn't get in any trouble because we were never home. Ever. Every year we'd have this thing, if anybody's familiar with Washington State, we'd have this thing called the Brewster Tournament, and it was in Brewster, and it was near the Tri-Cities, and we would all go there, and that was like a week stay. But that was like my life. Buses. When was the last time you played? I haven't played since I moved. I practice my short game a lot in the yard. I have a couple of I have my chipper and my putter out in the yard, but the only places to play around here are like big chain, like what is that? Rod knows about it. It's like a chain driving range, Top Golf, and they're fucking packed with white men and no masks. I drive by them all the time. They're packed. White old dudes, no masks. Oh, Pacino's fantastic. I don't know though. Okay, so Nog, you've seen. We're not comparing movies, just interpretations of the devil. Devil's Advocate and Constantine. Thank you. You got it right when I said it. Constantine. That guy as the devil, I can't. Like, they're so... I couldn't even compare them. It's like comparing the Joker. It's like comparing Keaton and, Heath Ledger. You can't. I'm sorry. Those of you who compare those Jokers, I don't know what you're doing. Peter Stormare is one of my heroes. I'll watch anything he's in, which is sick. But he does such a fabulous devil. Oh my god. He's so good. I'm rubbish at all sports involving a ball. Just being tall made me default good at it, unfortunately. Most things. Like, I'm really good at sprinting, but I can't do long distance running. So, like, soccer, when I played soccer, or as everyone everywhere else in the world calls football, I was a left forward because I would have been a great defense player if I could run the whole field for 3 hours. But I can't. I don't have the stamina. I can sprint like a motherfucker. I got big, thick legs, but that stamina running of just, like, jogging for 3 hours, I'd die. I would die. Peter Stormare is Satan. Dude, right? I hope he is. If I go to hell, that's who I want to see, and I want him to giggle. What is this? Longmont? What is this? Okay, I got it. Is that, like, a knot full of unmasked people? I saved the link. I have so many tabs open, I don't want to get rid of it. Seventh Seal. Have I seen that? I don't know. You can't... You're 6'4" and still rubbish? Really? Dude, I mean, well, so... It might be different back in our day of female versus male. By the way, tragically hipster with that 13 months.
Hail the Dank Lord, I love you.
2 months, you came back! Being a tall girl in sports, again, I fucking hate gendered language. Y'all ladies and gentle thems are perfect.
Dude, for real though.
You just ended up being like a brick wall in the sport. So in basketball, I ran from the top of the key to the top of the key and stood my ground and put my hands up and crushed tiny girls. That's all I did. I very rarely ever even had to shoot the ball. If I did, like, what? I'm a foot away from it. Who cares? But sports, they kind of put you in, but I always notice they put you in a position where they're using your size more so than your talent when you're a tall girl. When you're a tall dude, like, you're still expected to be just as fast and nimble as the tiny ones. I didn't want the ball either. I don't like shooting. Yes, I played soccer most of my life. Yeah. The tall lady from Resident Evil Village. Kelty gifted a sub to Nog. I was trying to find that in the chat. Kelty, you silly bitch. You're so sneaky. Thank you very much. Nog, use a butt wizard, baby. Be consensual. I found it. I knew one went off, but you guys are awesome and talking to me today. So I just had to find it. They also have advantage of being in Boulder County, so subject to our masking rules. That's really nice. I don't know if my county has masking rules or not, but most places I go, I mean, everywhere I go, the people working there are all masked. But every once in a while, like, I went to the dispensary last time, there was one chick without a mask on. Why? I don't know. Everybody else is masked. Every person is masked and they're buying stuff. Ooh, you finally hit level 50?
Hi, gay.
That's so exciting.
Fonch, when you see-
No. Welcome to the grind of champion points, my love. Vissy, and yes, movie night. We've tried a couple times, but both of us ended up being nauseous. I think it's the air here. I'm just saying the soccer coach not using you at center back is a travesty. So we had a girl on our team. We were called, literally, our team was called the Dr. Seuss All-Stars because our coach let us choose our own name. That was a mistake. The Dr. Seuss All-Stars, I'm not kidding. And our jerseys were tie-dye. And there was a girl on my team. She was Spanish, and her name was Ashley. And she was like a bowling ball with legs. Not built that way, just like that's what it felt like if you hit her. She was that position. Nothing could get past that bitch. Whereas I could still sprint, and I was really intimidated. Like, I don't like to claim intimidating. I don't try to be intimidating. But I guess when a 6-foot woman rushes up onto your goal, you kind of tend to instinctually step away. So I was really good at just getting up on a goalie and getting a lot of goals that way. Just swinging my fat thigh. They just jump away. I was the first person off the bus. Oh, God. No one's masked unless they're working somewhere and only at certain businesses. That is sad. Oh, are they banana? Well, that's sad. I started 0 football games in high school and played football in college. They saw me on film and said, "You can't teach height. You can't teach size. He's got good feet. We'll take him." It's kind of the same opinion with like female sports. If you're like, I remember when I moved to this school district, the tiny ass school, I came from Seattle. My parents moved a lot. Like I've told you guys, we moved every fucking 3 years. Hello, Knives. Good afternoon. We moved to this tiny ass school when I was in 8th grade. And at that time, all I did was play soccer. So I was athletic, but that's all I played. And we were in gym. Gym was my first class of the day because remember, I got expelled going to drunken school, and that was in gym. And someone threw a football at me, and I was like being a sassy bitch, and I threw it back at them, and I cleared the full gym. And my PE teacher walked up to me, and his name is Fred. It's actually Mr. Frederick, but everybody calls him just Fred. I think he's still the PE teacher there, which is insane. He walks up to me and goes, "You know what, Larson?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "It's insulting to be your height and not play sports for our school district." And the next day I had all the jerseys for every sport they have allowed girls to play in my locker in my size. Like that was it. It wasn't even a choice because if they don't win at sports, they don't get any money to keep the schools open. It's crazy. I'm gonna have to build a makeshift rail mixed with some weird lift clamps to place at all levels. Why? Pyro, that shit is pointless because you can buy a fake fax card that says Modernarda. But like, what's the purpose of the makeshift rail mixed with some weird lift clamps? For what? Are you making a shelf? Like, what are you making that you're researching that for? I get it. Oh, to get things to clamp at weird angles. Oh, bitch. Good luck with that. I've actually seen a lot of people rig up some really interesting shit on YouTube. Just fixing models and stuff. Parents here were protesting masks, and it pissed me off. Apparently, Jesse was exposed on Monday, and we didn't find out until today. What the fuck? Cake, if I could go back and redo anything in my life, I would have never played any school sport ever. I hated school sports. I did them because to stay in, I thought I'd get fat if I didn't play sports because I was convinced by my mother I'd get fat if I didn't play sports. So I played them. But I hated it. The trainer of my dad volleyball said, "You can't teach tall people to jump high. You can't teach short people to be tall." I mean, and you can't get someone over 6 foot to dig a ball. I ain't face diving. Like, the amount of times my coach, I played every sport. I played volleyball in college. The amount of times my coach would literally just take me aside and be like, "You have to dive at the floor for an hour." Because I refuse. I am going at such a higher spot than everybody else. If I'm coming, and I'm usually jumping at the net. So if I'm coming from like 6'5" down to the floor, go fuck yourself. Get one of them shorties. I ain't doing it. 6'11"? That is tall. See, that makes me feel bad about complaining about finding clothes for my body. Kelsey, I actually found out what's wrong with it, so by tonight it will be. Everything should be fixed. Long story short, phones don't have SIM cards anymore. You have to fuck them with your other old phone. So I had to plug my 2 phones in last night and let them make love all night long. I know. Do you think I jump higher than 5 inches? I was just guessing. I have no idea how high I jump anymore. I'm just like saying, like, even just at a 6 foot height, who wants to dive bomb their face into a wood floor? And we didn't have nice gym floors. So at my school, there were 2 gyms. The middle school had a gym and the high school had a gym. The high school was the oldest, I believe. Am I doing it backwards? No. The middle school was the oldest building. So the middle school used to be the K through 12. And then as the town grew to its bright 1,300 people that live there now or whatever, spanned over 7 different counties. Now they have 1 elementary school, 1 middle school, and 1 high school. And so when they built the middle school, they had a bunch of money from the state because they were basically establishing an education system. So they built a really nice gym, like really nice wood gym with all the nice bracers underneath. So you jump on it and you don't get shin splints every 30 seconds. And then when they built the high school, They had no money. They got the minimum levy, whatever. So the high school's gym is literally wood slats on top of cement. So every time I jumped up, like I could feel my shins just splitting. My shins are probably fucked up. My sister has Osgood slaughter on her knees. We're pretty sure that's from jumping up and down on that gym. And because, boys are far more important than girls, the girls' teams always got to practice in the shit gym. Always. And we would go from practicing 24 every day all year on this cement gym floor. All of our games would be in the middle school on the really nice floor. And so we'd always play shitty. It was weird. It was stupid. No, Kelty, go see your grandma. Your grandma's more important than me, honey. Give her love. Yeah, it was bad. Like, that school is shit. And it's got, like, asbestos and shit. It's a mess. Small schools are sad, but I wouldn't take it back for anything because, to this day, my principal still knows my name. I'm 33. Not many people can say that. I was never a student number. I was never an ID card. I was always, there's Larson. There was too many Katies in my grade. I know. My graduating class was maybe 32 to 35 people, and there were 5 Katies. So we all had to go by our last name or somewhat other. So it was, I was known as a person. The lady that worked at my front desk in my high school that was like the attendance lady that would bust you if you came in late, she's still my Facebook friend. And on my birthday every year, she posts a hippo on my wall. Because when I was in 11th grade, she bought me a nail file with hippos on it. Like, who gets that kind of relationship with a teacher or any staff in any big school like that? I know, Kilty, I'm just saying I would never open it unless you had time to sit. Like, I'm in no rush. I have it. I know it's safe. It's in my possession. That's really cool, we relled. 450 students. That's actually pretty small, I think. Like, in general. I dated a guy who grew up in Federal Way, Washington, which is, like, the shittier version of Puyallup. Or of Tacoma. So, like, there's Seattle. North Seattle is rich people and rich Asians and money. South Seattle is unfortunate people that got stuck there. It's like the ghetto. It's any Tacoma, Federal Way, like, it's ghetto. His graduating class, they had to go to the Tacoma Dome to graduate because his class alone was 2,000 something kids. Don't do that. Knives, I need the meme. I still have Facebook. I do, because every single time I try to get all my pictures off of it, it freezes and fails. And I have like thousands of my travel. I used to use Facebook as like my picture dump back in the day. I've never been a Facebook person. I've never been really a social media person, to be honest. But I travel a lot. I love to do international travel pre-COVID. Please wear a mask, get a vaccination.
Did you take your joy
hands.
today?
Yes, I did.
Never
Take your
forget
joy.
to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
2,500. Yep. Maryland is packed. Honestly. I've been sitting for a bit and I can wait a few more minutes. I'd have to take a break and go get it. You want to do it tomorrow morning? Are you going to be here tomorrow? Because then I'll just have it here. Are you Pyro? I'm excited for you. My sister's boyfriend grew up... Oh, I already read that. Nog, sorry. When I was in college uni, I chose a school where we were treated as people. The receptionist knew most of us by name and would ask our name, not our student number. I think that's kind of valuable to a child's development. Oh, I would kill. Honestly, Japan and Australia are on my bucket list. The farthest I've ever been that I think is Thailand. Unless Singapore is farther. I went to Singapore and Thailand in the same trip. That's the farthest I've ever been from home and the most expensive flight I've ever been on my life. Confused? What happened? Oh, God. I left school like a fucking ghost. I did the same. Honestly, I wasn't very involved in in my last year of school, I got very scared I wasn't going to get into college, so I cleaned myself up real quick. But it doesn't matter that I left. They still, like, I remember I took my boyfriend that went to that school in Federal Way, 2,000 kid graduating class. I took him home to meet my parents and, like, see a small town because he was very a city boy. Like, he was scared of anything that moved in the woods. Very city boy. So I like to torture people. Y'all know it. I thought it'd be funny to bring him to the middle of nowhere. And we went. Oh, my family didn't know I was coming home. We just decided to drive east. It's only a 5-hour drive, and so, well, if I drive, it's a 5-hour drive. It can be like 8 hours, but whatever. I drive it a lot, or I used to drive it a lot. And we went to my high school, and I was like, let's just sneak in and go take my sister. Like, she was in high school at the time because my sister's 5 years younger than me, and we park at the high school, and I literally park in the fire lane and just walked into the school and just walk to go up the stairs into the top level of the high school. And I think my principal like comes out of the office and waves at me, and he was like, "Sup, Katie?" Blah, 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 and just casually goes on. And my ex looked at me and he goes, "You can just walk into this school and without an appointment?" And I was like, "Excuse me, what?" And I was ignorant too, granted. Like, this was all I knew. I didn't know there were other places. His school had metal detectors on the doors. Like, they got body searched every time they went into school. That's how fucking ghetto this giant-ass Federal Way high school was. And the fact that I could literally just, like, casually in street clothes walk into my sister's classroom and walk to her desk and just sit next to her, and her teacher was like, "Oh, your sister's here. Are you going to take Sarah for the day? You guys go and have a good one." And I just took her. It fucking rocked his mind. But I think growing up like that, like, I'm a much more friendly person. I trust people more. I don't feel like a number in society. Whereas a kid that no one ever fucking knows their name, and maybe it's just because they're shy and they don't raise their hand in class, that's not very fair. In my school, it didn't matter how quiet you were or how loud. Your teacher knew every single person. Because they knew you, like, they were probably teaching you all the grades, you know? I'm allergic to pumpkin seeds. Oh, that's really sad. I love pumpkin pepitas. There were less students in my college. Wow. Sales 90. That's really small. I mean, mine's freakishly small. And like my graduating class, I think it was honestly around 50 people, but there were about 20 girls that went to the alternative school because they were pregnant and had kids. So they didn't walk with us at graduation. Pfft, fruit fly. You went to a small school too? I think it's kind of like, there's downsides, obviously. Like, I had no choice in classes. There was no such thing as an AP class. I didn't get college credit for shit. Like, you had one class option, your schedule was made for you, and that was it. Like, that was school. Whereas a lot of people, like, I took German, I learned this, I learned that. Like, my school doesn't even have a Spanish teacher anymore. The Spanish teacher retired when I graduated. That school can't even afford that teacher anymore. Now they have computers with Rosetta Stone that teach you sign language. That's how poor this school is. Like, it's really sad. And it's detrimental to your education. I was really fortunate enough to actually learn some Spanish because in medicine, it's very helpful to know Spanish in America. 700 in your graduating class, Vissy? Holy fucking shit. Sales, same. I couldn't even fathom. So this is, I've told this story probably a long time ago. Oh, what up, Vile? It's okay. You can call me a fart muffin. I love muffins. You know, my little sister's nickname is Muffin. Our childhood nicknames were Muffin and Kitten to each other, nobody else. 1,400? Wow. Wow. So what I was going to say is, I've told this story before, but my school, my high school, was the type of school where you would come to school in the morning with the deer you shot that morning in the back of your truck and your gun. You could bring both into the shop class, no questions asked, and the shop teacher would help you dress the deer and clean your gun and teach you how. Every 2 years from kindergarten until 12th grade in my hometown, we were required scholastically in school to take gun safety. It was part of class, like it was a class you took, part of school. That was normalized. And so to imagine metal detectors, I was like, but why? And then, you know, Columbine happened, which was horrific. And my mind was open. But I grew up in such a small community where hunting was to kill things you ate. Like, we didn't have handguns. I'd never even seen one before. My dad got a handgun one time. I remember it really clearly because he sold it immediately. He got it because sometimes when you're hunting, especially out in the woods in the winter, you might shoot a deer and you just clip them. Something else spooks the deer, some snow falls, and you clip them, but you know the deer is going to die, and you have to track it. You have to. You can't leave this deer to suffer, die, and be eaten alive by something. That's just not very morally sound, in my opinion, if you're going to hunt. And so when you finally track them down, I mean, my dad has tracked a deer until 4 a.m. before he'd never leave one. But when you finally track one down, you have to end its life. And normally we just cut the carotid and let it bleed out. But sometimes that's really sad. Like if you really don't get the deer very well, you just have to hold its horns and wait for it to die. So my dad got a handgun with the thought that shooting it in the head, similar to how you butcher pigs and cows, you have that steel rod air gun thing. It's like an insta-death. He used it one time and sold the gun. He was like, I was so uncomfortable with it. It was so unnatural. It felt like cheating in terms of hunting. Like my dad's a bow hunter because he thinks rifles are cheating. It's just too easy. And kudos to anybody who hunts in general for food. I think that's an amazing thing to do. I think if you eat meat, you should probably be able to kill it. I grew up in that atmosphere. Like my stepdad and his whole side of the family hunts. My mom's side's a butcher company, so I just grew up around dead animals a lot. But if you're going to do it, you might as well be kind of nice about it. Oh my God, Knox, that's the dumbest. Dude, I was watching something recently where some kids picked up a roadkill deer. You know how fucking gross and dangerous that is? I mean, I grew up on an Indian reservation amongst the poorest, most destitute people I've known in my life in America, granted. And none of them would touch a roadkill deer for anything besides maybe a backstrap, if it's still alive. So there's a gland you can burst inside the deer that literally poisons all the meat to taste like absolute shit. And the deer, whitetail deer are in the wintertime. I grew up around whitetail, so this is just what I know about. But whitetail deer in the wintertime, they're crazy starved and parasite infected. The moment their heart stops, those parasites and bacteria go to work breaking that body down. I mean, the second. It's not like you have an hour. It's not like 5-second rule dropping something on the ground. I didn't really grow up anywhere, but the majority of my childhood was spent in and around Eastern Washington. Seriously, I've never lived anywhere more than 3 years, but a lot of my memories are Eastern Washington. I think because those are my best ones, I tend to grasp onto those. Oh, Ashley, my dad's done that. Itchalium. It was the Itchalium tribe. Itchalium Reservation in Eastern Washington. There's a fly in here and I want to kill it really bad. Yeah, it was the Itchalium tribe. They're pretty small, Eastern Washington. The res we were living on was the Colville Reservation. I believe that's like the major res, and then it's broken up into smaller ones. But I lived on Lake Roosevelt in the Itchalium Reservation. And I didn't go to the Itchalium school, thank God. I was literally the last bus stop. Like the school bus for Kettle Falls, I was equal distance from both cities because there's nothing in Eastern Washington. I know I repeat myself a lot, but there is nothing there. Anything. I was the last. So they would pick me up and take me to that school. And nothing wrong with the reservation school. It was just like my school, you guys, it was terrible. My education was not great. Their school was worse. I mean, they got less money. Res schools are not given any money for teachers or anything. Half those teachers are volunteer parents. It's really sad. Chronic wasting disease is prevalent. Oh, yeah. It's wild. I hate blind hunting in the South. They just bait and wait. Where's the challenge? Oh, my God. My dad has busted dudes doing that. So we had like 10 acres on the river. And then across the Itchalium Highway from us was this mountain, basically. And this guy who, like, invented a fake medicine. If you are my age or older, you might remember this. Back in the 90s, this dude in Washington invented a fake a fake vitamin. He called it Vitamin O. And that guy was our neighbor. And he had, like, this tiny little warehouse where he would manufacture this made-up Vitamin O. It all turned out to be a scam. It was just like a bundle of vitamins. It wasn't bad for you or anything, but he'd, probably late night TV'd it or something. And so he was able to buy this entire mountain across the street from us, but he didn't do anything on it. So he'd let my dad and brothers hunt there all the time, but nobody else. And he was native, and natives are very respectful of the land, and they're very it's not like an ownership thing. It's a respect thing. Like, you don't just walk into the woods and start hunting when, kids could be walking around or shit like that. Like, for a hunter, this makes sense. But anyways, there was you motherfucker. There was a dude with a tree stand, and he was throwing corn under his tree stand, and he had a rifle. Like, and a salt lick. I think my dad said he had a salt lick, too.
CK, should I get the flu vaccine this year? Because Paris Hilton's cousin's friend's fiancé told me that they got the flu vaccine this year and it made their tits fall off and shit out their puss. Take your ivermectin, kids. That's a joke, you will.
I love you so much. Foe. I love you. Thank you. Oh, God, my eyes. Oh, thank you. I just read something that made me laugh, sad, and spit my drink out all at the same time. I love when apartment complexes are called something like The Palm instead of Overpriced Shithole. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, Sammy, drive safe, please. Be safe. I think you had a great education because they taught you gun education. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I tried to say it's not terrible. The education that would have really helped me in college, I didn't get. But you are right. There are huge pros to living in a small community like that. We were taught gun education from the moment you're in school because there are so many people. I mean, I don't know a statistic for it, but the amount of people in Eastern Washington who hunt every single year to fill up their freezer and eat during the wintertime because they don't have jobs, because most of the jobs are construction or otherwise, and they don't do anything in the wintertime because there's snow. I never learned a gun was to kill people until I saw it was in a movie. And because they're so prevalent, the school took it upon themselves to teach kids gun safety. They can't trust the parents to, but the parents might still have rifles about. They had just added it to their curriculum because there's gonna be guns. Like, they're just everywhere. I don't hunt to this day. I don't own guns. I don't like them. The loud noise honestly just makes me really anxious for some reason. Loud pops near my ear make me like, ugh. But I'm very pro hunting and I love to eat hunted food. I just think do it responsibly, man. This overpriced shithole at Short Hills. I love it. So true. Yep, we used to have a deer freezer too. My parents had a huge, I mean, they still have it. They have a huge chest freezer and it's just like jerky and venison up your ass. And it used to be full of pork because we raised pigs. I'm glad I instinctively spit into the garbage can instead of on my desk. Don't get it on your keyboard. Talking from experience. Not a good outcome. Yeah, I think hunting's great. There's people, though, that always make it look ugly, and that's what everybody hears about. Like, we had neighbors. When you live in the middle of nowhere, a neighbor could be 20 miles away from you, but if that's the closest person to your house, that's your neighbor. One of my neighbors owned an orchard, and when black bears would crawl into their orchard, they would shoot them and then throw the black bears in the ditch because it's highly illegal to shoot black bears out of season without a tag. But they're saving their orchards from these black bears. And it's like, fuck. You can't do that. But, like, what else do they do? They're not making any money. Like, these people that run orchards barely live. There is. In America, they call it the gamey. I don't know where they call it other places, but where I grew up anyways. Maybe it's not America. But the gamey flavor of they have a fence. Black bears can get over anything. Black bears can scale a tree 7 stories high. Black bears are really small. They're not like the huge brown bears. They're like dog size, and they can fucking scale any fence. Black bears will decimate a garden. My parents had a 9-foot fence around their garden just for deer, because deer can jump over anything. It's wild. Like, they are nimble as fuck. Joe doesn't bait, but he doesn't have to. He goes to his mom's. Well, that's the thing, Ashley. Like, where we lived, you didn't need to either. And my dad, I'm pretty sure my dad, like, fucking whipped him with his bow and was like, you fucking douche, get out. There's so many deer. Like, I've told you guys before, I have hit no less than 5 deer with my car, and none of them were me hitting them. Like, I did not, the front of my car was never damaged. There are so many fucking deer, they run into you. There's just thousands. You can walk into them, yeah. I mean, they promote deer hunting heavily in Eastern Washington just because of all the deer will decimate the crops and every single thing they eat. And because, you know, people killed all the wolves, there's nothing to eat the deer anymore. Number 600 is a very big black bear. Number 600? Black bears? Oh yeah, black bears. Most bears are harmless, honestly. Like, I would never say, like, run up to a brown bear and scream at it. By the way, Jay Davari, thank you so much for 3 months in a row.
You can't abort this love baby, especially in Texas. Too soon?
Maybe too soon. Dear love, everything. Oh my God, Glut. One year my mom did zucchini, and the zucchini is like a vining plant, so it grew up her 9-foot fence, and they ate all the zucchini through the fence. She was so pissed. You know, in Colorado this year we did vote, or last year we voted to reintroduce wolves into our area, because the only problem is that the wolves were killing cattle. And so the farmers didn't want wolves, so the farmers were killing all the wolves. So what the state said is, we'll reimburse you for the cattle that are killed. Because what happens is, if you don't have the predator and only the prey lives, the prey will decimate all the grasslands and then just start to starve and become weak and sick and spread disease, and then they die all at the same time and they rot, which spreads even more disease. It's not like a pretty sight. I think Idaho went through it with elk a few years ago, and by a few I mean like 20 years ago. It was pretty bad. Like, they literally, like, just mounds of diseased, dead fucking elk. I know, right? Stop fucking... I mean, that's the thing, right? And don't shoot does, dude. My dad doesn't even really hunt anymore. He mostly just takes pictures. But when he did, he would stalk a doe for 3 weeks before he ever shot her, because he was so anxious about shooting one with babies. Yep, they airdropped him into Yellowstone. Yep. People, I mean, hi, BDO, you know, we have a huge God complex. Oh my God, I have a funny story. This is hilarious. To me. Maybe it's not hilarious. I don't know. It's a little heartbreaking. So I talked to my mom for the first time in like a month the other day. So of course we talked about Millie. I cried. And my mom told me, so my family's super fucked up. So when I say like Uncle Bob, he might not be genetically related Uncle Bob, but he's an Uncle Bob. My Uncle Bob and his wife, Ara, had this Newfoundland Newfie. It was a Newfie. It was a black and white Newfie, one of those huge, wonderful dogs. They're water dogs, really good with kids. And they loved this dog the same way that Millie was my forever dog. And so my Uncle Bob is a land mover. Like, that's literally what he does for a living. He moves dirt. But through the years, he has scammed taxes, gone to jail, blah, 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 so on and so forth. He's a horrible person. 2 of my sisters are actually his kids that we had to take because he wouldn't take them, so on and so forth. That he's like a bajillionaire now by scamming something and being a Trumper. And so they spent like billions to clone their dog. I'm not even kidding you. They took sperm from their dying old Newfoundland and like artificially inseminated some new dog, paid for all this to happen so that they could get like the exact same puppy. And not only did they not get the exact same puppy, they got the polar opposite. So now they have a dog that looks like their old dog they were in love with, but is like aggressive, bad with the kids, and hates water. I laughed. In poor. My brother-in-law has hunted so long, he just can't shoot anything but a perfect. That's my dad and my brother's exact same. If he doesn't find one, he won't shoot one. I swear to you, Nerve, I think my dad hasn't shot something in 7 years, but he buys a goddamn tag every year. I can't even picture an aggressive Newfie. Like, I've never even seen one. They got their dog back, or so they thought.
Scary clown says run away.
I don't have a dog one. I don't like clowns, though. Is cloning that expensive? It's not really cloning. It was just like this artificial insemination, like using a needle to get ball semen out of a dying dog to put into another one. I don't know. They probably paid someone. They have too much money. They have a lot of money. They're weird. I'm not close to any of my family, actually. My sister. No, because my phone's been fucking itself all night. I gotta wait till after stream and restart it. I'm sure you already know, but from experience, 3 years after losing my forever parrot, you still randomly cry. I think so, but now, tell me if this is true, Cut and Run. I cry about the happy things more than just, like, thinking about the moment of sad and death and, like, that. It's more just, like, I start laughing, thinking about a memory. I'm gonna do it right now, and then I start crying. I don't want to cry. Right? That's a dog that's going to weigh like 150 pounds and have huge teeth. I mean, every single Newfie I've ever known has been like my dogs. They think they're a lap dog. Hev, how are you, love? How is life? At least it wasn't a turkey baster and an awkward hand job. You do the Archer Rampage? The Archer Rampage? What is? Exactly. It's in a good way now, as opposed to thinking about the dark time. All dogs are lap dogs. I agree. You know, Millie never was. Never. Not since day one. She wanted to be near me, but not touching me, just seeing me. Like she would sit on the other end of the couch, facing me. Never. I never knew why. I think it's because she was a rescue from a puppy mill, so she might have had some trauma deep-seated in there. Dude, I will pick a cucumber and eat that shit like a dick any day. They're friendly to a goddamn fault. Right? That's what I'm saying. You've met a Grens... Oh, you've met one? Oh. Poor pup. He was allergic? Oh, God. When your dog's, like, allergic to something or sick, that is the worst feeling. How to help? How to help? Okay, after what is the Archer? Because I love Archer. I just have no idea. You good? Yeah.
Lil.
I need to rewatch Archer again. That show is so perfect. Oh, God. Emotions are stupid, and I don't think we're meant to understand them. Oh, you had the allergic reaction. Oh, fuck. I thought you said he did. Oh, I read it wrong. Oh, I had a bad reaction to it. Oh, fuck. Oh, boo. That's really sad. Yes, I did. I liked it on Twitter and retweeted it, Lima. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I have a lot of anger inside of me. I said doo-doo twice. And so I learned to, or start talking in a British accent. I'm not kidding you. I am by no way a neuro specialist, but by talking in a British accent, I can turn off my emotion side of my brain and stop crying. It's incredible. Doodleodion. Okay, we need to take a break. Otherwise, people are going to get a pre-roll. Really? I wonder if maybe he had like a weird soap on him or something, Taz. Like a weird deodorant or something from his owner's carpet. I hate pre-rolls.
But I love bread.
I do love bread. I'd get down on some fucking bread. I've done that all my life. Really? I used to blow up and just scream at, like, nothing. Like, literally just go stick my head out a window and scream. Dude, it's beautiful, Vile. It really is gorgeous. Yes, I did. Oh, maybe it was on Instagram. No, I didn't. No, I did it on Twitter. Maybe because I did it on my phone. I definitely did, though. It's gorgeous. Don't tell me what I did and didn't do. Twitter's a liar. Weird connection. I've occasionally gotten drunk and developed a weird Irish accent. No idea why. I turn into a giggly valley girl when I drink, and that's why I don't drink. Let's take a break. Stand up. Stretch your legs. Don't get a blood clot. Refill your water. Always pee after sex. And I'll be back in a few. Maybe, or I'll leave you forever. My sister hits again. She just sent me something. And I'm going to read it to you. It's a Halloween costume idea. Going as a former gifted child for Halloween, and the whole costume is just going to be people asking, what are you supposed to be? And me saying, I was supposed to be a lot of things. It hurts because it's real. You can be anything you want to be. Oh. Nerve, do you want to hear it? It's a tweet my sister sent me. Or something. I don't know what it is. I'll read it to you. It's fantastic. It's a Halloween costume idea. She sent it to me. It's by some other person. It's by nope, it's nobody I know. I can't even see the name. Going as a former gifted child for Halloween, and the whole costume is just going to be people asking, what are you supposed to be? And me saying, I was supposed to be a lot of things. It's pretty good, to be honest. I don't know what I'm gonna do for Halloween. I don't even have, like, I don't know. I just kind of like winging it when I do makeup. Ooh. File, what the fuck? Your power went out? You know, I was watching a special the other day because I get really angry about our power going out. It only goes out in the summer, which is crazy. And I listened to this guy talking about power outages because he was talking about Texas and how they're really fucked with their power grid and in many other ways. But I learned that the number one reason in the U.S. why your power goes out is squirrels. 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 Limited power! I don't think... Ha, 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 ha. I know. And it's just them, like, you know, zapping themselves or building a nest on a power line or otherwise. It was a bunch of other weird reasons, but it was squirrels, which is... Who would have fucking thought squirrels? I hate them because my dog's barking at them, but... I know, they steal our sandwiches, they bite our fingers, they make my dogs go insane. That was quick, Vile. Maybe the squirrel's gone. Those squirrels just... And I know they're fucking with my dogs. They do it on purpose. They could totally run away. They run away when I come outside, but if my dogs are there, they, like, chatter and flick their tail and, you know, go up and down the... I just want to kill them! Ah! I'm packing marijuana, don't worry. When you make the power lines out of trees, are people doing that? I mean, technically true. Yeah, that is true. I don't know why people don't put more power shit underground. That's, in my opinion, I think the best way to do power stuff, but who the fuck am I? It's, oh, dude, I just packed a bowl. Stop that. Stop it. Cheers, 420 bitches. Well, it's a minute, but it's fine. I packed. Cheers. Have you ever seen the red squirrels? There's a really pretty type of squirrel that's like bright red. Oh, nerve. I don't know. Ha, 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 ha. He might say differently. I love you, Honeybean. Have a wonderful day. Black squirrels? We had those. Maryland has big black squirrels. I've never seen one in the wild. I've just seen them like on Instagram and stuff, but they're gorgeous. I mean, really pretty. I don't know where they live, but they've got big pointy red ears and they're just gorgeous. That is kind of weird, Vile. Was it your power or just the internet? Black squirrels are cool, but they're aggressive, man. They'll fuck you up. I mean, squirrels literally, I had a squirrel-proof bird feeder and they tore it in half. Oh, they're an Eastern thing? I never saw one. Maybe they're in the North. Oh my gosh, Mayo, let me show you one. I love animals. You know me. I'll show you what they look like because they're super pretty. Oh, they're so goofy looking. Look at this guy. Oh, I love him. Look at him. Aren't they pretty? Look at that. Like, nature made that. Oh, really? The whole... Oh, that's weird, Vile. I did get scammed. Or squirrels are just incredible. Ooh, which one did you pull up? These... Is it the same one? Is that the same one, Sales? I don't know. There's another one, though, I just remembered that's like some sort of... it's like... I think it's a jungle squirrel or something that's red. I just remembered it. Does anybody know the one I'm thinking of? Maybe it'll be... Oh my god. It's like some sort of like... Are they really? Oh, that's so cool. I've only seen gray and black squirrels, really. Oh my god, there is a different kind of squirrel. I'm trying to think of what it's called. Tropical. Google help. I'm gonna get porn. It's gonna happen. Ooh, is it this one? Maybe? No. There is some fucking wild looking squirrel I saw on Instagram one. Oh, no? Maybe? Yes! Look at that. Nature did that. Is it actually a squirrel, though? Because now I have to know. Indian giant squirrel. Well, nature, right? What the fuck? Like, I'm out here like, I hate squirrels. Nature's like, but wait, what about this one? Oh, okay, I don't hate squirrels. Just kidding. They're majestic. It does look like a cake. It literally looks like a dessert. Hi, Tom Badills. How are you, love? The gray ones do? Ooh. Cat's not interested in stream. I mean, I could make your cat interested in stream, but is that good or bad? Oh, they're aggressive. Generally more territorial and don't come as close to town. Oh, that makes sense. No way. Rats are weird. Rats are way different. That's a really cool looking squirrel, guys. Come on. Like, what? Everything in India is beautiful. Like, all of the colors of their animals. Like, even my tarantula that is from India is arguably the most beautiful tarantula in the world. Everybody wants one. Goody Sapphire. From India. Why, though? I'm so jealous. Why do squirrels... You know, actually, funny fact, Reki. Well, fact. I worked with a girl at Hopkins, and her mother always rescues squirrels. She, like, goes on walks in the woods, and when she finds baby squirrels that fall out of the nest, she'll rescue them and raise them. And we went over and hung out with her squirrels every once in a while, and she told me that they're notoriously, like, the dumbest animal. They can't function on their own for years. They hang out with their mom. Like, they're pretty, like almost humanly incapacitated at birth, and they're not very smart. So maybe, like, every day is a new day. Like, am I still a squirrel? Did my camera move? Hello? Oh. I bet my dog sat on a cord. Yeah, I feel it. There it is. It was the dog sat on a cord. No, she pulled it tight behind the thing. Owls, yes. Isn't that sad? Like, owls are built to be, like, the ultimate hunter. They're gorgeous. They're mythical. Like, we all think they're, like, represent wisdom, and they have, like, an empty head. Like, they're one of the dumbest birds in the bird kingdom. But they're silent. A demon! It could be a demon, though. I mean... Did it do it again? I think it did. Am I a squirrel? Where are my nuts? Ooh! Live electric wire! Oh my god. Ugh. I don't want to see that ever. I have an IQ of 125 and still wonder where I am at times. I have no clue what my IQ is, but I went through medical school and I still wonder how that happened. Mouse and owl vomit. I know. Do you think owls poop? Like, they vomit up that huge pellet. I know. Oh my god. Owls are what happens when you min-max dex and you just want to kill, literally. They're like the definition of, like, a glass cannon. Nothing going on inside. And they're, like, silent. Oh my god. There's really cool videos. I might be able to find one on YouTube. And they do it in slow motion and they measure the... sound of their wings. There's another word in there, but it's not coming up for me. Let me see. They poop. The pellets are all the indigestible stuff. It looks like a lot. When I was a kid, my 4th grade teacher collected a bunch from her woods and brought them to school, and we got to bring out all the mouse parts and build a new mouse out of them. And they were big. Like, it was like a big thing. I don't know. Maybe they just, like, shit out liquid. Ugh. Oh, sad owl. I have a friend named Snowy Owl. She's not dumb, though. Oh, I think this is it. Oh, I found it! Get out of here.
Good girl. Oh, jeez.
This is really cool. Do you guys want to see it? It's pretty birds. Lady Kimono, I have heard that that is good luck. You want to see it? Okay. I do too. It's really cool. I'll turn this music off so you guys can hear them. So what these people do is they have various birds fly down this microphone trail, and they measure literally like the waves that they're... It's so... Oh, I know. And baby owls sleep... Oh my god, hold on. Real quick. This is how baby owls sleep. Like, how are you not already in love? I know, I love this. Like, what? Their heads are too heavy, so they have to sleep like this. Come on, oh, nice. Hell yeah. Like I do, same. I sleep pretty similarly. Same. Look at them. I mean, they may be dumb as a box of rocks, but they cute as fuck. I mean, you'd think he's dead. Oh man, that's great. They're precious. I really like birds and animals. I just love them. How do you not like animals? Like, come the fuck on. Mel, I love that we all sleep like corpses. This is great. How do you not squish the fuck out of your tits? What tits? Thank you, though. It's a burb! Okay, so, and I would just like to take this moment to thank you very much, BBC Earth, for letting me comment over that and enjoy your content. Not stealing, I love you, thank you. That is so cool. That stuff just gets me. Man, evolution. It's so magic. What's the bird that only lands to fuck? Oh my god, is there a bird that only lands to fuck? Because that's wonderful. You've been painting feathers for over... I've never painted a feather. I don't know if I want to do that. He meant the football team. Oh my god. Very gentle flapping, yeah. The falcon punch. Oh, dude. You know, there's a really good guy on YouTube. Vissy got me into him. Vissy, what's his name? And he did a really cool video, and he shows some really cool footage of the peregrine falcon punch. Hood nature, thank you. But he has tons of music in the background, so I don't want to get in trouble. I'm afraid. He did. Oh, it was Hood nature. What did he change it to? See, I subscribed, so he just comes up on my list now. I don't even know. But he has some pretty cool footage. I just don't want to play his content and, like, you know, get busted. But falcons quite literally can, like, decapitate their prey. Like, just by trying to punch it in the head and knock it out so they can eat it. It's wild. Casual Geographic? That's beautiful. I like Casual Geographic. He's not very hood. Did you watch his latest video? He, like, talks about how he owned every single zoo... What were they called? They were those magazines. It was, like, Zoo Med or Zoo something. He owned every single one. Like, I was that kid. I owned all of those. The zoo books, thank you. I owned every single zoo book, every National Geographic. Like, I had bugs under my bed. Like, I was that kid, too. He's great. Animal Logic. Maybe? Where's my Post-it? I brought Post-its. Oh, I put it under my... It's fine. Just ignore me. The falcon nails a duck in the head or something and takes it right off. Yeah. And all they're trying to do is knock it out. Like, the falcon will literally punch something in the head, like baby deer, knock it out and eat it, but they'll decapitate it because they go so fast. What was it? You guys were talking about it earlier. I saw it. It's over 200 miles an hour, right? Yeah, it was. I saw you guys were talking about it, but I was watching the video too. 242 miles an hour. Is that the fastest land animal? That's insane. Or paralyzes it, yeah. Animalogic. I want to write it down so I can look at it. Animalogic. I love... When I was a kid, I remember going to my grandma's house, and I would go into my grandpa... You know, I don't know if your grandparents were the same era. My grandparents were born in the 20s, and they just both had different TV rooms. My Nana got the entire front room with this huge flat screen TV, and my grandpa had this tiny-ass back room with, like, an old tube TV. And I would sit back there, and I would watch Animal Planet forever. I mean, the entire time I was at their house. I wrote it down, Rod, because I have like 500 tabs open just in case I accidentally lose it. I wrote it down, but I'm going to check her out. I love animal stuff. Which dude's insane? Oh, speaking of nature videos, I got really into Coyote Peterson. Dude. I cannot for the fucking life of me figure out why he does what he does, but I'm glad he does it. It was very informative. I would like him to be bit by some of my tarantulas. He only does one tarantula, I think, ever, and, like, there's a lot. But, like, yeah. Engagement, pain. He lets, like, a bullet ant bite him or sting him or whatever, and a tarantula hawk, and, like, the worst things in the world you can ever imagine biting you. He's like, now we're gonna bite with it. And it's like that big old scorpion, that huge, or not scorpion, excuse me, centipede. It's like a huge Asian centipede that's a deadly bite, apparently. He probably did a Japanese hornet. He's done everything. I mean, everything that is proclaimed to be one of the most painful bites or stings, he's done it. He's crazy. I heard a rumor, this is a rumor, someone in chat said it to me, but if it's true, I heard that he used to be a heroin addict, and this is kind of like how he gets his hit nowadays, because if you don't know, heroin is the happiest feeling you can ever feel in your life. So when you come off of heroin, you can never feel that happy ever again. So you start chasing that happy, which leads you to other drugs and or stinging yourself with bees. He stopped doing it. Did he really? I think he, like, reached the pinnacle, didn't he, Fax? Heroin, I don't like needles, so I'm just going to stay away. Yeah, I agree. Don't do drugs. Like, stick to shit that grows out of the ground. It's your life. Like, I'm not going to be judgy. Everybody has a sin. Nobody can be perfect. Tarantula wasp would be fun to watch. They make me sad because they take out tarantulas. Centipedes scare me, Taz. Like, it's like, they can bite you and hurt. Like, none of my tarantulas have ever made an aggressive move towards me, let alone tried to bite me, and they feel like feathers. Those things can fuck you up. Dude, Mel, I'm a lightweight too, unless it comes to weed, obviously. Like, I smoke a lot of weed. I've been smoking weed since I was 11. But when it comes to, like, drinks, one drink. Like, if I go to a bar and they make me, like, a double, that drink is going to make it so I'm going to act like an idiot. I'm going to giggle. Japanese centipedes? Are they real?
Hail the Dank Lord! I hope it.
You can't hold... Oh my god, Mel, that's happened to me. You know, what you can do is get... So you don't want to get water into the keef thing, obviously, but get a paper towel, or get, not a paper towel, get, like, a washcloth or a kitchen towel. Get it, like, soak it with blazing hot water, wring it out, and wrap it around your grinder. And the heat can help release it, because it's, like, it's the resin that stuck it. Mine's done that before. The wasp measures the size of the spider to know if they lay male or female eggs. Ew. Rockfish scare me. Dude, Militia, I don't know if I've ever told you the story. I went to Hawaii a long-ass time ago. I was dating a dude whose parents were just... They worked for Boeing, so... Woo! So they decided to get married in Hawaii and fly the entire family there. for free, which was great. It was an amazing experience. I took full advantage. I drove the entire road of Hana. It was horrific. I did it. But I went snorkeling. I mean, you can snorkel anywhere, but there's some pretty popular places that you read about in the travel books that are just really well known for having amazing snorkeling. And all you got to do is go to like literally any gas station and some dude will rent you a set of snorkel stuff and you just jump in the water. This is how people get eaten by sharks. You don't want to do it past 5 p.m. That's feeding time. But there was this really pretty place called Black Rock on Maui. If you've ever been to Maui, Black Rock, and it is just, I mean, it's like being in an aquarium. There's that much sea life there. There's octopus floating around and like these elegant fucking beautiful black and white striped sea urchins. There are sea turtles. Like there's signs everywhere that say you're going to be fined 10,000 if you touch a sea turtle. They slap you on the ass. Like there's so many sea turtles. They're just like, they smacked me. I touched a sea turtle, but I didn't touch a sea. It was kind of like me hitting the deer, but I haven't hit the deer, you know? They're everywhere. It's a really cool place. I love snorkeling. But no one's telling you that the big, elegant, white and black sea urchins that are centimeters from your flapping flipper feet are like near deadly. They will numb your whole body so you drown. I didn't know till I left. And I mean, so close. They're on the rocks right at the surface. And they don't give a fuck. Like, be careful. Really? Vile, that's weird. Are you running like a lot of AC or something? Are you tripping a breaker? The Japanese centipede? Do I even want to? Am I gonna have nightmares? I go from 0 to drunk on 1 and basically sit there forever. It's so hard for me to get smashed unless I don't eat, which doesn't really happen because being drunk makes me hungry. Same. Pyro, that's literally, you just described exactly what over 1 drink and I start to become like salt starving. But by the time, then I'm just starving and all I want to do is eat. I don't want to drink anymore. Because once you eat whatever you're going to eat that's salty and delicious, the drink tastes like shit. Oh. Cone snails. Those are everywhere. When I went to Mexico, this was years ago. My parents went to Mexico when I was like 18 and took us. A friend of theirs had a timeshare they rented to my parents. So it was relatively inexpensive. And there was like an influx of those Portuguese man-of-war jellyfish like dying and floating up on the beach. We were playing with them. No, I didn't know. I was a kid, like, cool, dead things. Slurm, how are you, honeybean? Like, you just don't know. I'm very lucky to never have been bitten or stung, knock on wood, to this day. But I'm also, like, even though I was a dumb kid, I was always very respectful of wildlife. A dead thing, we'd poke it with a stick. I was never like, there was some weird thing recently where some guy took a bunch of dead catfish and made it look like they were like kissing or fucking or like sucking a catfish between each other. That was a dude. Like a person took a bunch of dead catfish and like played with them for hours to make YouTube videos to make like a scam that fish were it. Don't do that. Respect, maybe. I always respected wildlife. Did I? I don't know where Lil is. We get to keep Zach's door open now, so Lil hangs out back there. Those octopi squid that are deadly, yes, but they're like, oh yeah, they're so pretty, and they really are. They're like very small and clear, but they've got a purple, or a purplish blue mohawk, and they're like opalescent. The ring octopi, those were in Hawaii. One almost grabbed my foot. And no, there's no, like, it's just interesting because when, where I grew up, there's signs everywhere. There's bear. Beware the bear. Do not leave food out. Like, there's going to be bear. Not that the bear are going to hurt you, but they're going to ransack all your belongings, destroy your truck, blah, blah, blah. And when you go to Hawaii, like, there's a few signs here and there that say don't swim after 5 p.m., and that's about it. And you can you hear it? I know, I can hear him too. He actually gives me mini panic attacks sometimes. Like, when I'm chilling out here and it's quiet and I'm just, like, drawing, and then all of a sudden that happens, I'll be like, and my heart rate goes through my eyeballs. Dude, Pyro. Okay, I'm a 6-foot person. Those sea turtles were bigger than me. They're huge, right? And like where we were, so there's a bunch of like, they'll always try to scam you if you're not a local, get you to pay for a boat trip to Turtle Island or whatever. You can snorkel anywhere on the island. Just don't go after 5 p.m. Don't go where there's shark signs. You're fine. And there's fucking sea turtles everywhere because they come in close. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is what I remember. It's been many years since I was there. But they come into the shore because it's like a spa for them, because all the little fish that live there will pick all the dirt and funguses and little bugs living on the turtles and basically clean these turtles. So the turtles just like float into the beach and just like sit there and like float for a couple days and leave spotless. It's crazy. Never Google a turtle penis. Oh, I wish my sister was here for that one. No, it's a huge fine if you touch a turtle. I believe it's over $10,000 if you are seen reaching out and touching a sea turtle. That being said, they will float up to you and slap your ass. Like, I didn't even know one was behind me. I was like floating around where there should be turtles, and I can hear one of my relatives behind me like doing the underwater screaming, trying to talk to me. So I went up top and she's like, Katie, there's a turtle behind you. And I turned around and it was literally, I had to go under because he was about to swim over me and I was in his way. They're just dinosaurs. Like, imagine a floating dinosaur or a rock, you know? What if he reached out and touched a trouser snake? Okay, Brooby. No shit. One of my good friends, I won't out him. He might still be here. He literally told me he went to a bar one time and a strange woman wouldn't stop trying to grab his penis through his pants at a bar. What? I've never nonchalantly just grabbed a dick of a stranger in a bar through pants. What? That's inappropriate. Consent, guys. Consent. And everybody. Guys, I meant in general. Ladies and gentlemen. Good lords. Is that true of most endangered animals? I make it a point not to touch wild animals. General nature tip. Don't fuck with things that are brightly colored. It will either poison you or fuck up. Yeah, I would add to that, just like, don't touch nature. Enjoy it. Love it. Take pictures of it. Right? Keep your dang hands to yourself. Women are molesters, yo. I've had my ass slapped by random drunk women. Oh, I've heard horror stories from male friends of mine, and they can't, you know, go to a cop and say they were molested by a woman because they'll get laughed at and called, you know, some not racial slur, some, you know, gay slur. But like, bitch, I don't care what kind of genitals you have. Not having consent is not having consent. Don't touch people, period. What? I don't know. I've literally never been like a clubbing bar person. I could probably count on two hands the amount of times I've been inside bars, excluding travel, because in Germany, come on, who's not going to go into the cool underground pub? But that's inappropriate. I would hurt someone if they touched me like that. Maybe not in public. Find a corner at least. Dude. So, Jack, this is the funny story. My family, my little sister has this turtle, but the turtle has been passed down in my family through generations. No shit. My great uncle Bruz got it from a friend of his in the military, and it was sick as a baby, and so its shell is kind of fucked up. And he kept it for like many years. And then when he was getting really old and decrepit in his like 70s-ish, lifelong smoker, lost a lung in the war, he handed the turtle on to my mom, who had George the turtle. It's just like this turtle. He's like this big. We don't know what he is because his shell's so scarred from whatever his health issue was. We can't exactly tell what kind of turtle he is, but it doesn't really matter. He's a turtle. And now my sister has him. And when she was living in Spokane, Washington, going to college, she said one time she came home from work, and George just lives in, like, she has, like, a really long, shallow storage tub without a lid, and she just has rocks and stuff in there, and he just lives in it. And once in a while, he gets a wild hair and crawls out, and she'll find him, like, in a corner with his face against a wall or something, and she puts him back. And she comes home, and she says, she looks at him, and she's like, she thought maybe he had, like, exploded, like, disemboweled himself or something. And no, his whole body was propped up by this enormous pink, swollen dick that looked like another turtle on a string or something, like a tube and a big. And she said George literally just like looked back at her and just like stared at her with his huge dick out. And she just walked away. And that was the conversation. I loved it so much. I've never seen it, but this happened. And until this exact day, the whole family had gone back and forth on whether or not this was a boy or a girl turtle, because we'd taken him to the vet multiple times throughout his extended life, and they'll be like, well, the red rings around his eyes make him a female. Well, his long toenails make him a male. And like, we're like, his name's George. We don't care. George is lonely. George is like at least 60 now. He was 40 when I was in high school. He's just this ancient creature we hand down in our family. It's weird. Oh my God. Terry Crews did. He got raped. Terry Crews was raped, and he's very open about it, but you don't hear about that. Figures fixed without clenching without 5 million weird clamps. I like turtles a lot. That's awesome. Good job. That shit's hard. I clenched. Hi, Justina. How are you, love? Just do it behind some bins, right? Dude, when I was in, no joke, when I was at Oktoberfest in Germany, the daytime, it's beautiful. It's like a really cool local festival. All these farms come in. Everything's draped in real hops plant, you know, because beer in America is meat-based. Can't say it with a straight face. Wish I could. I'll work on it. Right, sales. Oktoberfest is the most disgusting thing I've seen in my life. I did see people jerking off onto things. Piles. I mean, piles that were at least feet high of vomit and trash. Like, people, young people, just finger banging each other up against restaurants. So much vomit, though. The smell. Huh? It was disgusting. I'm good. Where's Katie's mind? Cake. If you find it, I mean, make some money. Turns out it was giant tortoises were fucking. I saw a porpoise masturbate when I was in Canada once. Yes, I really like Destiny 2. I haven't played it for months. I have not played it since. What was the last update I played, guys? It was the Shroudy lady. What was her name? With the crazy eyes. Ruby, I'm telling you, I live a life. I live a life. If you could just, like, take the hard drive out and, like, read it, man, that would be worth money. To some fucking weirdo. What's life without some finger banging? I mean, it was, like, awkward, really weird. Like, everybody's dressed up in dirndls. And so, like, it wasn't sexy. It was awkward. It was, like, made you cringe inside. Like, you know they're drunk, and they have no idea everyone's watching. But literally, there's, like, people standing around with, like, popcorn just a foot away, being like, he's never gonna get it in. You know, like, it's... What's a dirndl? It's the, like, the, what we call the barmaid outfit. You know, like, the German, classic little dress with the... I have a dirndl from Germany I bought. It's pretty. Mine's a little bit more realistic, though, so it does not look like the German... You know, it's not, like, red and green with white flowers and, you know. No, I got, like, a cool purple one that it's actually faux fur lined. It's really pretty. Yes. What's the men's called? It's a dirndl and lederhosen. Lederhosen. You had to wear one for, like, work? God, that's weird. Bissy, your life. You want to trade hard drives for a day? For our masturbating porpoises? Taz, I'm telling you, the BC aquarium is my favorite place to go. I love it. The park outside is gorgeous. The aquarium is fucking wonderful. The bat room is beautiful. But every time I go, that goddamn porpoise is masturbating in front of a window. And kids are giggling every time. Is this a good one? It's hard to find an actual traditional one because people want to... Yep, mine looks almost... Oh my god. Mine looks... I want to go get it. Mine looks almost identical to that, except it's lined with, like, a really pretty gray faux fur because it was cold. But almost identical. That's really cool. That is what the traditional, like, the ones the locals make and wear, like, at weddings. Glut, please be safe. Wash your hands. Bleach your body. I love you. Pyro, same. Everybody going home from work, I love you and have a wonderful evening. Please be safe. No, that's actually what they... that's actually a much more traditional one, especially that collar. I mean, you know the non-traditional ones. The ones you see on Halloween. Like, they are always the German colors of, like, red, black, and yellow, and, like... But I could go grab mine really quick. It's the end of stream, but I think it's in the costume room. I'm pretty positive. And just show you it, because I wanted one that looked cultural. I can get one on Amazon that looks like a fucking Halloween costume. You want to see it? Oh, Is it cheers time? Okay, I will cheers you in 1 second. Let me go grab my dirndl I got in Germany. I want to show it to you guys. Last weird break, I guess. I'm going to grab my dirndl. I'll be right back. Found it, so I wanted to show you to you guys. So, very much like that picture sales posted, seriously, even though it was a lucky Google, mine looks similar, and this is like the more traditional side. So this is what mine looks like with the skirt. So you can see it's almost identical, but I got the cool faux rabbit fur. Not real. No rabbits were harmed. But it's got those really pretty chains. I liked this. It reminded me of Xena. I don't know. And the buckles are really pretty. This was all hand sewn, by the way. You can tell it's hand sewn. But it's super pretty. And then, so that's your apron. Your apron's supposed to be like a separate part, and they're actually really long dresses. Because Germany's in the mountains and it's cold, shocker. So like, you know. So it's really pretty, yeah. This is gorgeous. I mean, I'm a sucker for textiles. Look at those. I don't know if it'll capture the detail in it. But the embroidery is Edelweiss, which is my favorite song in my favorite movie, The Sound of Music. So I'm a child. And then this is my little undershirt that you wear under it. To keep you warm. It's just like a little, literally goes under most of it, but it's just like a little frilly purple, because I like purple. But yeah, that's my really cool dirndl. When I travel, I'm not like a souvenir person. I don't buy like postcards or dumb cluttery shit. I try to buy something that I'm like, I will use that, or it has a purpose. And like, this is a guarantee fallback Halloween costume for the rest of my life. And I've used it at multiple American Oktoberfests already. Like, it's a cool thing, but also like it was hand sewn and made in Germany, and I got it when I was there, and it's a cool memory. But it's not like crap. Isn't it gorgeous? Yeah, it's really nice. I felt very fortunate. And honestly, like, what I paid for this is not what I think it was worth. But the lady was so nice in helping me find this one. And like it's boned, which is very rare. I don't know, you can see the boning inside. It's just steel, or not even steel. It's the more flexible, what is it, with the plastic? It's some sort of plastic, I can't remember. But classically, did you know that they would actually bone them with feathers? Like they used the stalk of a feather to bone corsets. It's crazy. But it's nicely built and it's really comfortable because of that. Star wearing purple. Star wearing purple. I know. And I used to have purple hair too. It's like, I was too purple. For the craftsmanship, exactly. I wanted to pay this woman because she sat for countless hours. This, I don't believe, was... Actually, it was totally hand sewn. You can tell when things are hand sewn. You can see where people tie knots, and it's not done by a machine. Great as Nate. Thank you. Exactly. It is worth it to me. I like stuff like this. Like when I went to Thailand, I ended up getting like a full outfit because when you go to Thailand, little did I know, lady skin is very offensive to Buddha. So if you want to go anywhere deemed sacred while you are in Thailand and you are female presenting, you have to wear something covering you at least to your elbow, I believe it was, and then all the way to your ankles. No midriff, no cleavage, no back. You can't even have an open back. And it's like 100 degrees. I know, Great as Nate and I were literally in Thailand the entire time at the same time, but we were in like different cities. I think we were in Chiang Mai at the same time, but that was a huge festival. Like there's no fucking way. But Thailand, I have to go back. Chiang Mai was one of my favorite places I've ever been. But because of these rules, and I'm not going to sit there and fucking be an asshole and try to argue some stupid cultural rule. I'm there in their country. I'm going to respect their shit. So I bought like a cool tie button up like thing and a sarong, and that's like my thing I got from Thailand. It's like, I don't know what the reasoning is. I think it's you can distract the monks, and monks are, they can't even speak to women. There. The monk can't even look at a woman, let alone speak to a woman. In the morning, the monks walk around with these giant bronze pots, and everybody in the city will put random shit in the pot, like coffee grounds, oatmeal, like, and that's what the monks eat. They don't have any income. They only eat because the people give them this food in this pot. And if you're a female walking, you have to walk behind them. You can never pass them, and they are not allowed to acknowledge you. But I don't know enough about their religion to like speak on it. I was raised Catholic. I know. I'm recovering. It's kind of like a dress, but I mean, I at least could wear shorts in high school. You have to be covered to your ankles. There's mandatory time as a monk, kind of. Hi, Emma. How are you, love? Some never have a family. I mean, it's a personal choice. You can come and leave whenever you want. There's like no contract with the monkage, I don't believe. 2 dodgy Liverpool shirts. I think they'll fall apart in the wash. Oh, that's sad. A lot of focus on avoiding worldly desires. Dude, and the killer is that everything in Thailand is so goddamn beautiful. I mean, they have jade Buddhas as tall as me. Just casually. You can walk up to. I mean, it's beautiful. Everything you see in Thailand just takes your breath away. You don't care. Like, I saw some bitches, like, trying to walk into sacred Buddhist temples in a bikini and fighting with a nice monk who was sweeping the steps. And I'm like, oh, this is why we get a bad name. You came here. Like, respect the shit. Come on. Now, if someone in the street from Thailand here is like, please cover yourself to your elbows and your ankles, I'd be like, this is Denver. No, thank you. But, like, when you travel to a country, like, respect, you know? You know, I really want to go to Japan, but I've heard that tattoos are illegal and I'll have to cover mine. Is that true? I have lots of arm pieces. Oh, guys have to have their pants down to their calves, too, at least. Really? I didn't know that. See, I was with all women and one very, very, very gay man who dressed like a woman the whole time. He wore sarongs. He's beautiful and elegant and fabulous. His name is Alexei Romanov. You can have tattoos. Okay. I wasn't sure. I heard that you had to cover them up for some reason. And, like, I don't want to offend people or be known as some, you know, gang member. Some people back home, they need, oh, I can't. I grew up with that shit, Sales. I grew up with that hard. Ugh, every time there's like in the hospital, you know, there's children who have emigrated here with their parents and their parents don't know a lick of English. They've come straight from Mexico City with nothing but the fucking rags on their back. And the kid will be translating for their parents and the kids are fluent as fuck. It's great. I have no problem with this. And the doctors will just get so racist. And I'm like, do you have any idea how fucking racist you are right now? ClassyKatie, known Yakuza lieutenant. Has anybody watched that new movie on Netflix called Kate, by the way? It's fabulous. Some don't allow tattoos, really. I just don't want people to be offended. Ties to Yakuza in the past. And that still sits deep. I think I'm pretty obviously Yakuza. I mean, not Yakuza. Oh, God. I've said it now. It's done. They're gonna come after me. In public baths, you have to cover up your tattoos. My wife has the same tattoos everywhere. Most of the tattoos are easily coverable. Really? I mean, I have no problem wearing, like, a surfer shirt or something, you know? I know. Fuck. I'm done for now. That movie's really good, though. Kate is really good. It was so well done. Yeah. Kate is great. And, you know, pride on the name. Whoop, whoop. Oh, I know. I forgot. I forgot it was the end of stream because I got excited. I wanted to show you guys my cool stuff. But yeah, that's my cool dirndl. Maybe tomorrow I'll wear my outfit from Thailand. Because I was like, you know, I'm me. Of course, I had to get the gayest outfit I could, so I got a rainbow sarong. But the shirt I got is actually beautiful. It's like a white, high-collared, looks very Asian-inspired, and it buttons down. But it's made out of linen, so it feels like nothing. Like it breathes. I was so worried I'd just be sweating my balls off. Malignant? I don't want to... I've watched it. I don't want to... No spoilers. Watch Malignant and tell me what you guys think. Linen's incredibly expensive. Like if you try to buy like linen sheets or something, holy shit. But it's the way to go in a country where it never drops below 100% humidity or 90 degrees. That was a bad time. I was so hot. I did not hate it or love it. So maybe I'm in between. Honestly, Rod, for me, I'll say this. I don't want to put this down. There's not a safe place without a dog. So no spoilers, my only issue with Malignant is the main actress. She comes off as the type to be trying a little too hard, and that drives me bonkers. It was just a little soapy. She's soapy. Amongst a bunch of not soapy actors. So she sticks out kind of sore thummy, and I just couldn't get over it. But that's just me. Like, every once in a while, you run into that person who drives you nuts. There are some actors I just can't watch. I know, we were there in the cold season. I don't think they know the word. They have a word for cold? It was rough. I mean, she just... soapy. I don't know another word to give it, you know? Kind of like... yeah, that's a good word for it. She's soapy. Watch it. And then maybe tomorrow, if more of you watch it tonight, we can talk about it. But Kate... it's like a female lead action movie. Phenomenal. Very bloody, very gory. Lots of stabby stab. Overacting, exactly. Try hard. Little sweaty. Kate is... I know, I'm looking for someone to host while we wait for your 3 minutes. I have a bowl, right? Oh, fuck, I got a really nice bowl. We good. Yeah. Whereas everybody else in the movie was really good, and literally every other aspect of the movie I loved. We gotta go back, Kate! Dude, Brian used to say it to me all the time. He's such a huge fan of that show. What is that? Not Gone. Lost. Too many one-word shows. Lost was soapy, though. Holy muffin sacks of soap. I can't think of one right now, but I know there are a few actors that, for some fucking reason, I can't stand even looking at their faces. And if they're in a movie, I can't even stand it. And it's just me. I would never, ever try to push someone to hate them. Lost was shit. I really enjoyed it until the end. We're gonna raid Witch in the Resistance. It's her fucking birthday, my dudes. She did not come by. I did not get to sing to her, probably because she was getting fucked up by her wonderful boyfriend. But it's her birthday. We have 2 minutes till 4:20 though, so don't go anywhere yet. No more feathers. I can't even. Why are you doing this to yourself? In Thai, yen is considered cool, as in like refreshing cool. And there's another word I forget for cold weather, like some sort of freezing. It's like now or something. You know what's crazy and what drives me crazy? It drives me insane is when I travel, I pick up languages really, really quickly. When I was in Greece, by the time I left, I was like okay at speaking it. Like I could get places with Greek. But then like a month I'm gone and it's... Ifaristo. There you go. There's one. And when I was in Thailand, it was the same. Like, I started picking up Thai really fast because I like to talk to locals and, like, you know, figure stuff out. And they're always willing to teach you cool words. And then it's just gone so fast. It's literally like, by using it, you retain it. And if you don't use it, you lose it for real. Kind of like True Blood. I loved the True Blood series until the last, like, 2 seasons. And then I was like, what? Ma'am? Okay, so Spanish is one I've actually been able to cling on to, thankfully. And Russian. But Russian, when I took Russian, it was in college. And my teacher, his like area of study, he was a very much an academic person, was the way Eastern European cultures, like the ancient cultures before Russia or before China, like the ancient stuff. And so he was super interesting, but literally, oh my God, is it 4:20? 4:20, cheers! I was watching chat, Vissy, I got you. It's 4:20 in Central Time. To my Central neighbor bitches, I love you, 4:20. Cheers, homies. But my teacher in college He never spoke one word of English the entire class. It was sink or swim. From the moment we walked in day one, it was Привет, как дела? Like instructing us to sit down and shit. And I was like, I mean, it was some scary shit your first year of college. But because of that, and I did it 6 years, that shit's pretty in there. I don't know if I'm conversational, but I can read it and understand it. I'd rather focus on people who freely give their time and money to help the homeless. They're people who I rather give the spotlight to than people who don't give a fuck. I mean, fucking men to that. Jesus. Talking about the Met Gala. That's a big... I mean, I've never paid attention to shit like that, but I was listening to a couple people talk about it, so I looked at it. It's just rich people celebrating being, like, abnormally rich, right? And buying dresses instead of, like, you know, fixing Flint, Michigan's water or something. Nate, right back at you, bitch. At the second it's safe enough, that November I'll be going. Ich sprechen Sie Englishos. Paparuski. Sookie. Yeah. Yes, to collect money for the costume. Dude, the costume industry is really, really taking a fucking dive because of COVID. It's heartbreaking, actually. But there are many other places to donate and support the garment industry in New York and many other cities. I mean, Broadway just came back and a lot of people are trying to give them shit. They're being as safe as they possibly can and still survive. Like, they almost went 2 years without one person calling for a costume. Can you even fathom? Like, I don't know how these people are going to live. And they don't make millions from working Broadway. Like, we pay a lot to go, but that's going to whoever owns the building, you know? It's heartbreaking. It's really sad. And many places like that are kind of getting shot in the dick because of COVID. And so, you know, support local. I always say support local. Try not to go to chains if you can. Try not to go to Amazon if you can. But we're all poor. Like, I get it. We get what we can when we can. I'm trying to catch up on chat. Oh my god, is it cute? Would we die, though? There are some things I... Please tell me it's not dead. Oh my god. It's so soft. Look at it. Her face could use 1 foot as a pillow. That's insane. Bless, how are you? I love you, Vissy. Thank you all for coming here. Oh my god, she just took a hit. So, it is the end of our day, and my cramps have officially come back. Literally, the pills worked just long enough to stream about 5 hours. Great. Thankfully, I am grateful that I usually only have cramps for 2 days, though. So hopefully tomorrow it'll all be gone. Faded Friday. Maybe I'll get some weed tonight. Nobody knows. Did you see those huge murder mittens? I'd let them murder me. I love all of you so much. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me all day, even though I'm just sitting here cringing in pain and, you know, getting high. Because no other people would do that. Normal people don't want to do that. I love you guys, seriously. I am going to fix my phone tonight and fix my Discord and go through DMs and stuff. If you guys have cool ideas for, like, special effects makeup ideas you'd like to see me do for October, because normally the month of October, I usually do, like, at least 2 or 3 makeup looks a week. You know, extreme shit. Go look at my Instagram. But throw me ideas in the Discord, because I don't have any. I have all the stuff. Thank you for that follow. I wish they would, too. According to Twitch, you just can't do anything illegal on your stream. I live in Denver, Colorado, where it's recreationally legal to consume marijuana over the age of 21, and I don't push it on kids. Kids should not be here. Femzagreus, please. Actually, you know who I've always wanted to cosplay is the Hades from the Disney movie. Like the, I'm cool. Like the blue fire. I want to cross that. I've always thought that would be a really cool. But if you guys, seriously, pictures are the best. If you guys like have cool examples or you find a cool picture of something and throw it in the Discord and tag me, that's the best for me. My imagination's shot, but I can take shit from pictures and make pretty cool stuff. I usually just like go on the fly of the seat of my pants. I take an idea like, we're going to be a murdered child today. And then as we go, I'm like, How about we were murdered by a gun filled with broken candy, and then I start gluing broken candy to my face, and then we turn into a teddy bear. Things are weird. We just grow and change. But if you have anything, give it to me. I'm going to take some pills and hope these go away. It is my good friend and member of my stream team's birthday today, the witch in the Resistance. She is my friend Smoke Loke's lover. She is so fucking awesome and also very 420 friendly. For those of you who like pot smoking streams, she's literally hitting a bong right now. And she's just as fucking weird as us. Same rules. No hate speech. None of that fucking racial bullshit. Go be nice to my friend. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow morning for Faded Friday. Get some weed or whatnot. Get whatever makes you feel good on a Friday. Take your joy. Wash your fucking piss mittens. I'm watching you. Like a fly on the wall in a creepy way. Just kidding. Or am I? Nobody knows. Bye, guys. Stay classy.